Hey guys, thanks for watching Ike Live. It's brought to you by Mystery Tackle Box. Please check them out. They've got a great product. Go to mysterytacklebox.com.
If you use the coupon code Ike Live, you get 50% off your first Pro Box. That's $12.50 for a almost $50 value of baits in this box.
How's everybody doing? Who am I looking? I'm looking at that camera? Okay.
No, you.
Good. This is, let everybody know, welcome to Ike Live. We are doing a remote live podcast, and this is basically like the first show ever. The reason I know that is we're doing a terrible job, and Brian the Carpenter is wearing his sunglasses back in the booth right now. Let me go ahead and introduce the room, and this is a giant room, but let me introduce the room right now. Sitting to my left in a nice, comfortable chair, instead of our shitty black chairs, we've got the one and only Pete Glusick, a.k.a. the crust of the show. Pete, how you doing tonight?
Man, I'm great. It's exciting to be here. A lot of buzz.
A lot of buzz.
Boats, pros.
Boats and hose?
Boats. Well, that was a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
But it's just the buzz is just palpable. You can't. Yeah. You're grabbing people. They're talking to you. You're talking to them.
Yeah.
Everybody's excited to be here. It's a great event. Can't wait for the tournament.
Feels good. And, of course, sitting next to Pete Glusick, the one and only Dave Brodzik, a.k.a. Warp, a.k.a. Fathead. Dave, you're fishing in this event.
Yeah.
Pete's fishing on the pro side. You're fishing on the kayak side.
Yes, I am.
I came in, and it's funny. First thing I saw you, I said, "Hey, Dave." I said, "Man, you look confident." And you said, "I'm not confident. I'm tired."
Listen, I don't talk trash well. Anytime I do, karma absolutely stabs me right in the side of the head.
It's funny. It's funny because you've been very quiet to me.
Yeah.
Like the last couple years, dude, you pull me aside. You're like, "I'm on them. I got them. I'm going to win this. I got them. I'm on my home turf. They can't beat me." And 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
And
I know, because, dude, Lake Champlain, places Potomac, James River in the past. I've sucked on places that I consider my home water, so I get it. But this year, it's a different MO. I can see you're a different Dave this year.
Yeah, I mean, you expanded it to the almost,
right.
2 different counties in our state. Counties that we grew up in.
Okay.
I think I'm going to be somewhere that no one else knows about, at least that's traveling in.
Right.
Some local guys might, but
right.
I mean, where I'm going still sets up the same way it did 25 years ago when I found the place,
yeah.
man,
Yeah, I like it. Let me real quick let everybody know that this is the Ike Live podcast right on the heels of the Celebrity Pro-Am that's tomorrow on Saturday. A lot of cool components to our Celebrity Pro-Am. Of course, the pro division we've got launching right at the Camden waterfront at 6:30 in the morning. The kayak division, of course, Dave mentioned fishing all public waterways in Gloucester and Canham County this year. And the Family Fun Fest, which happens between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. at the Camden waterfront. Family Fun Fest is totally free. Listen to me. If you're watching this live podcast right now, if you're in the tri-state area, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Connecticut, come on down. It's a great event. We've got kids casting, free tackle boxes. We've got face painting, music, games, food trucks, yards, beer. And, of course, at the end of the day at 2, we're going to get to see some fish weighed in, Pete, I think, right? Hopefully?
Maybe.
No. You had one bite today, so maybe.
Well, we've been talking about this, and, we got a tidal body of water here on the Delaware, and the tides aren't favoring us during the tournament hours.
Right.
So, it's going to challenge the anglers more so than previous Ike Foundation tournaments.
Right.
And they're higher.
Higher
They're
tides.
way higher than they are usually.
Higher, crappier tides. So it's going to be more of a challenge this year.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Right? This is it's going to be a contest who keep their head in the game.
Yeah.
Maybe who can wait to the end of the day and get
that
in the right
last
place,
hour.
That last hour.
Ooh.
And execution.
Right.
So important.
Right.
In this, because you're going to have these small windows.
Yeah.
If you mess it up, it's gone.
Right.
It's over.
Right.
So.
I get it. Let me also introduce in the back here today, pushing buttons, making plays for us, One and only Brian the Carpenter producing the show tonight with the sunglasses on. Brian, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. Can you hear me? I got a bad mic.
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
Can't hear shit, right?
I like it though. The muffled sound matches the sunglasses he has on.
I'm faded.
I like it. Okay, he's faded out. And of course, next to Brian the Carpenter, we've got Rizzo taking IMs tonight, and Eric the Intern's walking around with the camera tonight. Not doing much, just walking around. Also, we've got the one and only, of course, the world-class cameraman from BU, Mr. Jeff, in the house tonight, working the camera for us. We've got some great lighting, also provided by Jeff. It's a great night.
What is the name of this little bar in here?
This is
Embers?
This is Embers Bar at the Crown Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. If you're watching right now live, I don't know if you're around here and you want to stalk us, come on down, right? You wouldn't mind, would you, Dave, if you want to be stalked by somebody?
Nah, no one's ain't stalking me.
They're not stalking you.
Have you signed any autographs since you've been here?
Never.
No, it's happening tonight.
No, it's not.
It might be.
I predict.
Brian the Carpenter already signed a couple titties tonight, and we just got here. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Let me start out by want to go through the list of Ike Live sponsors real quick, because we always do. Of course, Mystery Tackle Box, MTB, the presenting sponsor of Ike Live, and we've got a little MTB box back here. We're going to be doing something real special in a couple hours, in an hour or so, with Charlie Hartley with that Mystery Tackle Box. Also brought to you by Liquid Mayhem, TH Marine, Real Snot, Dr. Squatch, Hobie, Flambeau, Tackle Warehouse, Bash University, TH Marine, Primal Urge Foods. A lot of Primal Urge going to be going down people's throats tomorrow while they're fishing. And here's a big one tonight, because if you look over Pete's shoulder and Dave's shoulder over there, we've got a company we've been working with now for about a year out here at the bar supporting the event, and it's Founders Brewery. Pete, Founders out here tonight, and one of the great brews you're going to see a lot of us drinking, and Pete's got his trademark coffee mug. You know what's in there. But one of the great brews we're going to be drinking tonight is the Founders Centennial IPA. David, I know you've had this one before. You're a fan of this beer.
Total big fan of that beer.
Yep. It's a real good one. If you're watching, if you're going to stop by, come down here. Come have a drink with us. Come drink a Founders. It's an amazing beer. Pete, real quick, too, before we start the show, I want to thank the military, active and veterans. I want to thank those guys for what they're doing.
I want to thank them, and I think this is a big week for us to really thank the first responders, because we've had so much tragedy going on.
A lot in the last week.
In this week, and the first responders they really showcased themselves and stepped out, put themselves in harm's way, got in the way of bullets, and stopped more tragedy.
Yeah.
One of the most amazing things that I saw is the response time that I heard the mayor down in El Paso. They were able to get there to the Walmart in 7 minutes, which is great. The first responders in Ohio were in the air, got there in a minute. And
shot it out with him.
Wow.
Yeah.
1 minute. 60 seconds.
60 seconds.
Wow.
They were able to shut that shooter down.
Yep.
And, it's just amazing. I appreciate you guys stepping in harm's way for us and everybody around the country. And just thank you so much.
It's awesome.
One more thing. In Springfield, Ohio, there was a copycat. You hear about that kid? Got all done up with a plate jacket, magazines, went into a Walmart, filming people scaring them.
Oh man!
A license to carry off-duty firefighter engaged him, didn't shoot him, but held him at gunpoint until the officers came. He's a crazy guy.
Wow.
He was loaded down. He was ready to roll. Yeah, but I don't know why he didn't. But a citizen, armed citizen, stopped another one.
It's crazy.
Crazy. Well, that's good to see. We appreciate that, and we hope this stops. It's got to stop, Mike. One of the shooters was wearing ear protection.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
I'm like, to me that was a shocking piece of news that, it boggles my mind. We got to stop it. This has to stop in our country. We just can't have any more, and I hope we as a country can get together and figure out a way to best, put a stop to all this stuff. But without the first responders, we would have lost so much more. So thank you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thank you guys. We are once again on the heels of the Celebrity Pro-Am happening tomorrow, Saturday the 10th. Is that correct? Is tomorrow the 10th? I think it is. Down at the Camden Waterfront. It's going to be a great event. Listen to me. Here's the interesting thing. If you're a boater out there and you're having second thoughts, maybe you're not sure, you can register the morning of the event. So if you're still on the fence, we're going to have a beautiful day tomorrow. If you want to come out and compete on the Delaware River for some great prizes. But Pete, here's the thing I want to stress. This is the first year we're giving a Bass Cat boat, a Margay, brand new, fully rigged with a Yamaha outboard. A 150 Yamaha outboard on the thing, valued at over $30,000. Pete, a $30,000 tournament in South Jersey is unheard of. On the Delaware River is unheard of.
It's never happened.
It's never happened before. If you're still on the fence, come out and fish. You can sign up tomorrow morning at the Gloucester City Marina. We're going to be out there starting at 4:30, launching boats. We'd still love to have you if you're interested in fishing.
Just talk about jackpot, right?
Jackpot.
What jackpot exists that you can go jackpot with your friend and grab 30 grand, maybe compete against 35, 40 guys.
It's crazy.
How many do we have registered?
Right now, we're at just a hair over 40 boats,
right?
But it's still an unbelievable field. When you think about the Bassmaster event, last 2 weeks ago in the James, I won about that same amount, a hair more, and I had to compete against 198
killers,
pros, killers, including this guy, Charlie Hartley, a lot of the guys at Greg DePalma, a lot of guys we have fishing our event. Dude, I had to fish against them killers. So this field, a little thinner, you know. There's still some killers, but an honest, good chance, you know. And here's the great thing: if you're watching right now, all the proceeds from this event go to getting kids fishing, Pete. So it's a good cause. It's a good cause. So come out.
And if they can't come out, if they can't, they live in California.
Yeah.
What can they do?
Hey, you know, listen, if you can't come out, if you live in Cali, and I see it all the time on social media, if you want to help, two ways. If you want to help with the Ike Foundation specifically, go to the IkeFoundation.org. We got ways you can contribute. If it's $1, if it's $10, whatever. If you have old fishing rods, we'll take those. But here's the big thing, Pete. I want to stress this. If you're watching, you live somewhere, anywhere in the world, the best way to contribute is to take a kid fishing. Dude, how many times, Pete, do we stress that? If you know someone that's never fished before, you know, a neighbor, a friend, a niece, a nephew, your cousin's kid, dude, just take them fishing. Yeah. Take them casting. Let them cast a rod and reel for the first time. Dude, that's the way you can help with the Ike Foundation. So I encourage you to go to IkeFoundation.org. Great information on there, including our pledge, which talks about that. So
it changed my life when my dad took me.
Big time.
You can change another kid's life, so get out there and do it.
You know what changed my life? When Dave Brodzik threw the Rebel buzzing frog for the first time.
Hey, I was cutting edge.
Cutting edge.
Now everybody's making
the original Whopper Plopper.
Yes.
Dave Brodzik throwing back in the 80s.
Wow.
I'm talking about when neon was in style. Dave was throwing the Rebel buzzing frog.
I probably had some type of neon pink, lavender, green, or orange on, dude, when that happened.
Oh, man.
Remember when I would wear my brother's welding hats, those floral welding hats, and the brims are like...
Yeah, the painter's cap. Oh, dude.
Yeah, man.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Bad. Let me give you a rundown. This is exciting, Pete, and I want to. We're gonna do the draw here. This is one of the first things we're going to do.
Oh, great!
Because there are a bunch of people in the room right now that are thinking it's Friday. We want to get to bed. We got a big day tomorrow. So one of the first things we want to do is this draw, where we're actually going to draw the entries that enter to fish with these celebrities and pros. And this is a total random draw, Pete. I swear to you, you're going to see it. You're going to see it live. I'm going to have it right here. I'm going to get Miss Becky to sit with us. We're going to draw these names out. It's going to be real as it comes.
Very cool.
Nothing's a setup. But let me tell you some of these names, Pete. Let me start with Pete Glusick. And Pete, I don't want to fluff you, but multiple Bassmaster Classic champion, Bass winner, Classic qualifier. And I got to be honest, I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. You know the river better than anybody I know, bar none. So it's awesome to have you fishing this event. You are the authority on the Delaware River.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
It sounds awesome coming from you.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
And I'm excited about it. I can't wait to fish this tournament. I mean, we never get to fish on the river.
It's crazy.
It's so awesome that you guys put this together.
It's crazy. Dude, if I get out 1 to 3 times a year on the river, it's a lot.
Yep.
And so I know how much it means to be out in the river competing.
Yep.
Beck, I want to go over this list. Let me real quick introduce Miss Rebecca. Sat down, took Dave Broderick's seat. She's going to help me with this draw. Beck, the names on this list are unbelievable. Greg the Palmer is here with us this week. Greg, an amazing local stick, fishing the elites this year. Chris Groh. Chris is a huge friend of Ike Live and of the show and of Ike Foundation. Here joining us right on the front side of an elite. How awesome is that? Also, let me throw Harvey Horn in there too, because these two guys are going to leave our event tomorrow, drive the Thousand Islands tomorrow night, and start practice on Sunday. How fucking awesome is that?
That is awesome.
That these guys are doing
We have
that.
one other. I think there's one other bass guy.
Let's see. We've also got.
I don't have my cheat sheet. Maybe not.
Chris Gross.
I might have made it up in my head.
You made it up, but that's good. That's good. No, but we got two guys. We've got two guys that are literally have gone out of their way to help with the Ike Foundation. That means a lot.
Yeah.
That means a lot. And these guys are world-class fishermen.
And is rocking a ponytail for the first time I've ever seen.
Wow. How about that?
Yeah.
Let me keep going. This is a big one. A lot of you know that Bobby Lane had to drop out. By the way, Bobby promised me, and I'm going to say it on film so we can't back out next year. Bobby promised me that as soon as we got on the date, he would pencil in and he would actually tell his wife, Madeline, this time. Bobby Lane, unfortunately, double booked. He had to drop out. But amazing, and I want to give a special thank you to Justin himself and also Pure Fishing. Justin Lucas, current Angler of the Year, BASS right now, Major League Fishing Angler.
So awesome.
Fishing with us. And Justin's special. He's one of the best anglers in the world. He's proved it. Going to be competing with us. Another real amazing guy, and I saw him back here at the bar a second ago. We're going to ask him to come up here if he's still here. I got this bright light shining at me. I don't know if he's still there. JT Kenney fishing with us, great friend of the show.
JT's still at the bar.
JT's at the bar somewhere. JT fishing with us, and I want to corner JT because he went from being a 20-plus year pro, winning all over across the board from Bass to FLW, to retiring and taking a role that what we're doing here, Pete, right now, a commentary role. And I got to tell you that the Major League Fishing events that I watched, he's doing a great job. The chemistry that he has with Lurch and with Marty, I think it's great. I think he's doing a great job.
And he has the insight, which I love to listen to.
He knows the sport.
He's a veteran pro. He understands what the guys are dealing with.
Right.
And that
he also
comes
brings
through.
a sense of humor.
Yes.
He does.
I appreciate that.
He does. Charlie Hartley with us for the second or third time. So happy to have Charlie here. Great friend of the show. We've known Charlie for years.
Yeah.
Ed Cowan, Pete, big name that we've known for years and years. One of the greats of the Northeast.
One of the greats, and has been fishing this river for 30 years.
30 years. And I'd love to get Ed on here to corner him about a couple things, but he's also a two-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier as well through the Federation, which is one of the hardest ways to do it. AJ Salonia with us. AJ fishing FLW Tour. Great season. Gray Buck fishing the FLW Tour.
Yep.
Joining us, Pennsylvania guy, local guy.
Has Gray fished the river in previous years?
Gray has fished with us 1 year and had a good year
Yeah, because
fishing
he
with us.
lives right around here. This is his
lives
home
around
water,
here.
too.
This is home water. And Gray's a young guy. Great. You know, he's one of these young guys in his 20s competing, kicking everybody's butt. Here's a big one. Dave Mansue fishing with us. Is this a homecoming for Dave Mansue? Dave living and working in Central Jersey his whole life, retiring, moving out of the Northeast, going down south. But I feel like this is a homecoming for Dave.
It's great to see him. I'll be honest. I miss the guy.
Yeah.
You've been able to see him. You guys travel and stay with him.
Yeah.
And I've only seen him once or twice in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So it was awesome. We got a chance to fish together.
Wow.
And, man, it's great. And I think he probably traveled the furthest, or is certainly in that conversation of guys that traveled the furthest to come here.
Come a long way, all the way from Missouri.
Really cool at Gloucester City Boat Launch to see all the different license plates. You know,
it's awesome,
all
isn't
over
it?
the country.
Yeah.
Yes, Virginia. I saw Virginia. It's very cool.
Hey, fun fact.
Yes.
Dave Mansue actually claimed Mike on his taxes this year because he moved in for over a month.
I think that's true.
Really?
He's a dependent.
You're
I'm
a dependent.
I'm a dependent of Dave Mansue. I'm like his son. Here's another big one with a huge win, Major League Fishing win this year. Jacob Prosnick. Awesome to have him here.
Yeah.
And Pete, you want to mention you're cherry picking Jacob Prosnick, and you got him here for another day to do a little back end work with Bass University.
Yeah, we're going to be filming with Jacob. He is a master and has some really innovative techniques on how to fish something that we all do, is the wacky rig. He's killing it with it on the MLF, and he's winning with it, and we're going to be filming him about that. We're going to be doing some instruction on how to fish seawalls, frog fishing. We're going to be spending a day with him. Being said that, guys, we have the best deal ever in the history of Bass University right now.
Wow.
Celebrating your win.
My win.
Your win.
Wow, thank you.
We got Ike's picks. We got the missile jigs. We got the Molix vibrating jig.
Yeah, Molix Lover.
We got all the baits that you use to win.
Yeah.
Yes.
$60 value. We're giving away for free for all new subscribers, new
Wow.
annual subscribers to Bass U. So
That's awesome.
go to BassU.tv, check it out.
Yeah, the Rapala bait in there and the Ike hat as well. So definitely check that out. Last three. Let me go over these. Just great ending to amazing list of pros and celebrities. Bud Cipoletti, a.k.a. Featherwick, in the house with us this week. So happy to have Bud here. And then two great athletes, Pete, fishing with us this year. Freddie Mitchell is here, former Eagle. Amazing athlete and amazing fisherman. We're going to get to see him fish with us tomorrow. And a repeat from last year, a guy that we got to see compete and win this year at a UFC match.
Yep.
Gregor Gillespie is back
Wow.
to claim his title as the best fisherman in the UFC.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
excited. I want to throw two more names into this mix.
Okay.
So Trent Cole, who is one of our celebrities that
Yes,
usually
Trent.
fishes
Yes.
on a boat with a pro, is fishing out of his own boat.
Wow. Trent
He's
making
coming
the
back out
jump
of his own
this year.
boat, so
That's
excited to have
awesome.
him back again.
Yes.
And Ish Monroe was one of our pros. He had to back out because he got jury duty this
Jury duty.
week.
Boo.
But he talked to me earlier today, and he doesn't want to let down everybody, so he's taking a red eye tonight, and he's going to be here to hang out with our high school kids and do the high school challenge with the Bass University tomorrow.
Wow. That's
That is
hardcore.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you,
hardcore.
Ish.
Yeah, so he can't land till 8, so we couldn't put him on a boat, but he's going to be here and hanging out with us.
Right. So if you come to the Family Fun Fest tomorrow and you see Ish sleeping on a park bench, don't mistake him for a hobo. It's actually Ish Monroe. He's going to be tired, Brian the Carpenter. He's going to be tired. He's going to be sleepy. He didn't want to fish, so he lied about the jury duty thing. But he will be here.
Somebody
and we
check
love
that
Ish.
in the state of California.
Yeah. If somebody's watching from Cali, please check that right now if you have access to that. I'm ready to do this. I'm excited. Brian Carpenter, we're going to start with the draws, and then we'll get that out of the way, and then we're going to try to cherry pick some of these amazing faces and names that I see walking around out here. Does that sound good to you? Okay,
do it.
just a thumbs up.
All right.
Because we can barely hear Brian.
All right, so I'm super excited. So let me lay out how we're doing
All right,
this.
can I ask you something though? We're just doing this live, but there's no way for the audience to actually hear this. There's no
unless they're watching on their phones.
Unless they're watching on their
which I
phones.
get. I guarantee
I could yell
all
it,
the
or I could get one of the
competitors-
ladies here to yell it.
We don't have a remote mic or something, and we can't turn this thing up, right?
No, because there's so much feedback. It just screeched at us.
Oh.
Want to holla? Holla! We could holla. The
don't
ladies
like
are
it.
loud.
I don't like it. Okay. Well, it is
Well,
what
I'll
it is.
yell. I'm good at yelling. I'll
Nah,
take my
that's
mic
all right.
off and
That's
just
all right.
holler.
Let's just do it. It is what it is.
All right.
This wasn't very well thought out, but anyway, let's just keep going.
All right, so this is how we always do it. Flambeau tackle box. This is the tackle box that every kid is going to walk away with
That's
tomorrow.
that's the actual
This
tackle
is
box.
the actual tackle box. Now, I had to empty out the fun insides that come with all the bobbers and everything
Yeah.
and the hooks so that I could put the names of the pros in
but
here.
this box actually has tackle in it.
This box has
Wow.
tackle in it from Flambeau.
Shout out to Flambeau
Yep,
for
and
providing
they-
all these boxes.
And they provide these 1,000 tackle boxes for the first 1,000 kids that show up at the program tomorrow.
Now stress that to everybody watching right now. Family Fun Fest tomorrow, 11 to 2,
Yeah.
totally free.
Totally free.
If you're watching, you have kids, nephews, cousins, anything,
Yep.
bring them by, and they're going to get one of these.
They're going to get one of these. And they don't have to know anything about fishing. We just have some fun. We teach them how to cast. We give them tackle box, bobbers, hooks. There's tons of games. There's carnival games, food. food. We've got some food trucks and water ice, all sorts of great stuff. So definitely bring as many kids as you know out and have some fun with them.
Okay.
But
All
for
right.
tonight's purposes, we have these green pieces of paper,
Yep.
and we've got the pros' names on them.
Okay.
We're going to draw out.
Okay.
I have the list of the guys
Yes.
who have purchased a pro boat. So right now, they're about to find out what pro they're fishing with.
Yes, I like it.
Okay.
All right, this is a big
So I'm
moment
going to pass
right
this
now.
over. Pete,
Okay.
you're going to have to help Mike do the...
All right,
Okay.
Pete, you want to pull them? I'll shake and you pull them.
Okay.
Does that sound good? We're gonna let Pete do all these drawings. There's no, again, I want to stress, Pete. None of this is set up. There's no strings. There's no magic here. This is all real.
All real.
These are all real draws. Okay?
All right, so the very first boat is
Okay.
Darren Noble.
Okay. Boat number 1, Darren Noble. Hopefully you're watching right now on your device, or I can yell a little louder so people can hear me. Darren Noble, boat number 1, and his pro or celebrity is.
Now would be the time for bribery, in case
Okay, here we go.
anybody's nearby.
Darren Noble, your pro is
Jacob Prosnick.
Jacob Prosnick. There you go, Jay Pros. Jay Pros gets Darren Noble.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
We'll put that one over
and
there.
and their boat number 1.
Boat number
Is
1.
that their actual boat number for the event? Wow.
Okay.
All right, that's big.
All
okay.
right. Boat number 2 is James Riley.
Oh, boat number 2, James Riley. James Riley, listen to this. This
James
is the actual
Riley,
drawing
this is
right now.
This is your pro. Are you ready?
This is real. You ready? James is just smiling over there. Look at him. Look at him. He's nervous. Look at it. Look at his. I can see his chest rising. James, come in here. Come in here. Come in here. Your fate is all up to Pete right now. Do you want to say anything to Pete? Your fate is in Pete's hands right now. You want to say anything to Pete? Pick a good one. All right, pick a good one. All right, James Riley, boat number 2, which is good. That's your order for tomorrow. And James Riley, your pro is Pete. Do him right.
Let's drum roll. Brrrr.
Do James right.
JT Kenney.
JT Kenney!
JT Kenney!
Wow, great draw right there. Unbelievable. James Riley gets
Did we see
JT
him?
Kenney.
JT Kenney.
JT Kenney, James Riley, right there. JT, who's taller? Who's taller? Both tall guys. All right, boat number 2. It's a really good draw, by the way. That's a good draw. That was a good one. Becky, boat 3.
Boat number 3 is Rich Ortiz, the most
Oh,
amazing musician.
I just saw Rich. Rich Ortiz. Where's Rich at? Anybody see Rich out there?
Jocelyn's looking
Jocelyn.
for him.
I just saw Rich a second ago. Rich might be singing right now to somebody.
He's singing.
Okay,
I don't know.
boat 3, Rich Ortiz.
About to find out.
Just one, Pete. Rich Ortiz gets.
Rich Ortiz. Bud Cipoletti.
Bud Cipoletti!
Cipoletti.
Wow. The irony of that, Brian the Carpenter, 2 New York guys. 2 New York guys, 2 upstate New York guys, and they both have amazing facial hair and hair. They both have that flowing locks, and they're artists. Wow, that's a great draw.
All right, so I have one person to add to that boat.
Okay.
Because before we did this, in the office, we did a random drawing with our celebrities.
Yes.
So we had 2 guys sign up to be singles on boats.
Singles.
So we kind of draw out of a hat which celebrity they're going to get. So
Yeah.
we know that they're going to also have Freddie Mitchell on there.
Wow, very nice. Man, what
Yeah.
a crew.
That's
a
gonna be a
great
fun
crew.
boat.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun boat.
We should have a camera on that.
Oh, Eric the intern needs to wire that boat tomorrow. Need to wire that boat.
Yep.
Eric the intern. He can't hear me. All right. Boat number 3. That was boat 3. All right. Boat 4. Miss
Boat
Rebecca.
4 is Chris McGee.
Chris McGee. Chris McGee, if you're here right now. Chris McGee.
Oh, good one. Ed Cowan.
Eddie Cowan!
Yeah.
Ed! Where's Ed? I saw Ed a second ago. Ed Cowan gets Chris McGee. Chris McGee.
Chris is the other single
There's Ed.
boat.
The one and only Ed Cowan
Ed,
gets
there's
Chris
Ed.
McGee.
This is the other single boat. They get Gregor Gillespie.
Wow,
So,
Gregor.
Ed, you
Ed,
are
let's put
with
Gregor right there.
Gregor and Chris.
Right
Where'd he
there.
go? Where'd he go?
Pink shirt with the beautiful chest hair showing right
he
there.
has amazing muscles.
Right there. What's up, man?
Gregor's with Ed.
And Ed. Okay. Great
All right.
draw.
All right. So our
Ed
next.
Callan.
You're with Ed. Ed's got the
Ed,
bass shirt on.
partners, partners.
That's your partner. Rich is with Bud.
Okay.
All right, our
All right, let's
next
keep
boat,
going.
boat number
Okay.
5. The poor people at home are tortured.
Oh, they're tortured. I know. Let's keep going. We'll make it quicker.
All right,
Okay.
Michael Powers and Eric Galasso.
Okay, Michael Powers, Eric Galasso,
Greg DePalma.
Greg DePalma.
De Palma.
Greg, probably one of the best fishermen in New Jersey right now. Just catching him everywhere he goes. Also an amazing tidal water fisherman. That's a great draw. That's a good one. It's a good one.
Our next
There he goes.
boat number 6 is Dan Wetzel and Danielle Wetzel.
Come on, Pete.
There we go. All the way down.
What were the names again on this one?
Dan Wetzel and Danielle Wetzel.
Dan and Danielle Wetzel, the double D's.
AOY, Justin Lucas.
Justin Lucas!
Lucas.
Justin Lucas. The Wetzels get Justin Lucas, current Bass Angler of the Year.
This is very exciting. Very
All right,
exciting.
it's very exciting. Okay.
All right, our next boat is boat number 7. We've got Kevin Brodzinski and Ted Brodzinski.
Kevin and Ted Brodzinski, no
Repeat
relation
anglers.
to Dave Brodzik. Maybe somewhere way, way back.
Repeat anglers.
Repeat anglers.
They always come back.
I love
they
it.
always join us.
Gray Buck.
Gray Buck!
Ray Buck.
Gray Buck with the brothers. They're brothers, right? Or father
Yeah.
and son? Okay.
All right, our next is Frank and AJ Laletta.
All right, Frank and AJ Laletta. We
Father,
love the
son,
Lalettas.
they always come
yes.
hang out.
So always. And Pete's gone for an easy pick on this one.
Chris
And
Rowe.
Chris
Groh with the Lalettas. Awesome draw. They're going to have a
Did they
great
have
time.
him last year?
Did
Is
they?
that who Chris had last year?
No, is it?
I don't know.
It might be a repairing.
That would be really funny.
That would be funny.
All right, our next boat is Mark Kendra and Mike Meloro.
Mark Kendra, Mike Maloro, and your Pete Glusick pick of the night is.
Mansue.
Oh, Dave
Yeah!
Mansue. Dave Mansue, the cop, the dirty cop.
Don't you say things like that.
Where's Dave? That's a great draw. That's a great
That's
draw.
excellent.
It's a great draw. We spent some
They're
time
gonna
out
be,
here on the
they're gonna
river.
be around some fish.
Yep.
I have a feeling.
I
All
think
right,
so
our
too.
next friends are George and Mike Accord.
George
from
and Mike
Susquehanna.
Accord. Well, this is the moment of truth right here. This is the moment of truth. You ready? Do you want anything to say? Want to say to Pete right now? Pete. All right, Pete.
You know, maybe it would be helpful if I had a Susquehanna fishing tackle gift certificate. Might be helpful in making this selection right now.
Wait, we cannot not let bribery influence this pick.
Come on.
at all.
This is not tainted, Pete.
No, this is untainted. And Pete,
Untainted.
here it
There
goes.
it is. Oh,
George and
I
Mike
see
Accord.
cash.
By the way,
cash.
before you open that, please, Susquehanna Bait and Tackle, amazing tackle store. Please visit them. Go to their shop. Go online. They got everything and more. Please see Mike and George. They're great.
SFTtackle.com.
Yes. And their partners are
Harvey Holmes.
Harvey Horn. Harvey Horn.
Harvey Holmes.
Big Harvey. Now, here's the thing about this pairing, and I heard this, and this is serious. Word on the street, Harvey Horn was on them today. I'm serious.
Oh, man.
Could be good. Could be good. Where's Harvey? We got to find
I
Harvey.
saw me somewhere.
All right. All right.
All
Okay.
right, we've got Walt Wilby and Mark Granacki.
Walt Wilby, Mark Granacki.
Yeah.
Walt and Mark, your partner for tomorrow is getting down to the wire, Pete. It's getting down.
AJ.
AJ!
AJ.
Great draw. You guys are going to have a great time. It's going to be a
good
fun
one.
day.
Good one.
All right.
All right.
Now, what boat number are we on? We're getting down to the wire.
Boat number 12.
Boat number 12.
We only have 2 to go.
2 to go, Pete.
This is Bill Wassman and Steven Richter.
Wild Bill.
Wild Bill.
Man,
Here goes.
He's ready. He's watching.
He's got his bass shoe colors flying.
He's taping this live right now. Bill, you want to say anything to Pete? Any bribery? He knows. Just giving him a dirty look. You know what you got to do, Pete. Okay. Good friend of everybody. Wild Bill here. And
Wild Bill is fishing with Charlie Hartley.
Charlie Hartley! Wild Bill with the Hartley selection. Great draw. Charlie.
Yeah.
Are you sure
Mr.
my
Bill.
name's in there?
I think your name's in there.
Wow. Wow. You know who you ended up with? This is going to...
Wait a minute.
Oh, my
Well,
God.
Hold on. Let me open this up and let me make sure.
This was the last person to buy in.
The
to
last
get a boat
person to get in.
Today.
The last person to draw in. And
Robbie Soley.
Rob Soley! What are the odds of that? I'm just going to throw the Flambeau box down.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to crumple up Pete's name and throw him at the damn camera.
Do you think Bob's showing up now?
Wow.
Bob might be showing up now.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
He's on his way.
He just wants to torture
All
you.
right, so let's tell the story of this, though. We should tell the story because this is an amazing story.
Yeah.
This is a great story. Real good friend of Pete and I and of the Ike Live show, a lot of us, Bob Soley, who we fished with for years, really wanted to fish this event for his son, Robbie. And Robbie's is a young, I consider him a young man. When I think about Robbie, I think about the small boy that I knew years ago. But Robbie's actually a grown adult. He's a grown-ass man now. But he's Bob's son, and Bob fished this event, entered as a boater to fish this event, to win this event for his son, Robbie. Dude, they worked hard. They practiced multiple days over the last couple weeks. And unfortunately, Bob's engine blew yesterday practicing.
Yeah.
Dude, he's distraught. I could tell. Bob was distraught. And he felt bad for Robbie because he was doing this for Robbie. It was Robbie's dream to come out and fish.
Yeah.
And instead of just, saying, it's all over, the engine's blown, it's, whatever, forget it. He said, you know what? We're going to put in the extra money. We're going to enter Robbie as an entry to the pro division. And here he draws out with you, Pete. That's a pretty cool story.
That's an amazing story, and I'm so excited.
It's awesome. And he's a great kid.
Yeah.
He's a great kid. I call him a kid, but he's a great guy.
Yep. Well, is Bob, were they both fishing with me tomorrow?
They were both it's scheduled to fish, but I think after all that happened, I think Bob was kind of like, you know what, let's put Robbie with the pro. Let's let him have that experience.
Okay.
So I'm 90% sure.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Bob might show up now.
I don't know. We're going to find out.
We're calling him.
I don't know.
I'm sending Anna a message now.
It's so funny that this really went down like this. We're going to find out, but worst case scenario, you get Bob. Best case scenario, you don't get Bob, and you just have Rob. But either way, that's a cool deal, man.
Well, either way, it's good. I know Robbie's a really good angler, and Bob is an amazing angler, qualifying for the top level in Bassmasters. Made
also Bassmaster.
Three classes.
3-time Bassmaster Classic.
3-time Classic qualifier, and he's just like, of all the people that I fish around, and I call him the natural.
The natural.
Like he has a natural ability to read the water,
Yes.
understand wildlife.
Yes.
Probably as good as anybody I know. Like the rest of us have to work at it.
Yeah.
And he just has kind of a natural feel.
Fishes out of a brown paper bag.
Yep.
Reminds me of like an Andy Morgan or one of those
Yep.
guys. Doesn't have a lot of tackle.
Yeah.
Just very dialed.
And we'll bust your balls the entire day.
We'll bust your balls the entire day.
In addition to that, but it keeps it fun, man.
Yeah.
I've known Bob for years, and I'm psyched to fish with his son or to both of them.
That was great. Dave Mansue. Dave Mansue's getting out of the way.
He's running away.
Does he know what just happened? Somebody needs to tell Dave. It's so unbelievably
I
ridiculous.
think he saw it because he was peeking.
Oh my God, that's crazy. You want to bring Dave in here?
Yeah.
Sit him down. Okay.
Dave.
All right, Dave Mansue.
He can't.
Dave. We're gonna call him to the plate. All right, Beck. Thank you for helping us with that.
Thank you, Beck.
That was awesome. That was really fun.
Hey, Beck, thank you for writing so big that I could read the cards.
That's right. All right, here we go. We're done the pairings. Very exciting to do them live. Brian Carpenter, I know on a scale from 1 to 10, this might not be a 10, this situation on a scale from 1 to 10.
Did you hear what happened?
But I would say that a live Ike Live in the environment like this, there's some qualities to this that I really dig. I like this energy and the natural stuff that's happening. It's unbelievable.
Dave has no idea what just transpired.
You have no idea.
You're going to break the news.
Okay, all right.
Too much noise in the background.
It's way too much noise.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So this is like a mini podcast within ourselves because nobody else can hear. So we just did this draw, and Dave, this was all real. This is 100% legit. And as we're
wait, time out.
Yes.
Rob Soley with Pete Glusick.
Rob Soley with Pete Glusick.
All integrity is gone.
Dude, what are the odds?
I saw the list.
There's a fix somewhere.
It's unbelievable. What are the odds of that?
So that means he's going to have all of Bob Soley's favorite spots.
He might.
And his boat
and vice versa.
Is 13.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah. We can take that anywhere we want to go.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. Let me let everybody know, Dave Mansue just sat down with us. Of course, Dave, professional angler, living in Missouri now. You remember his big win on the Upper Chesapeake Bay. How many years ago now was that? It seemed like yesterday.
Way too long ago.
But it was 2009. 2009. Amazing win. Of course, Dave's been on Ike Live several times. In fact, I think we did a live from your house in Texas one time.
Rabbit Ranch show.
That's right. Was really cool. Dave, I want to corner you. And by the way, thank you for fishing this. You are the pro that drove the furthest to help us with this event, and it means a lot. Like we love having you and Andy here at the house, but having you fish this event means so much. It really does. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. No.
But talk a little bit about, because I think there are a lot of people watching and listening right now that don't understand the importance of getting kids in the sport. You do. You not only help with Ike Foundation, but you help with Kurt Dove's stuff. God, you've done stuff in Texas with high school kids. Why is this so important? Let everybody know. Why is this important, what we're doing here to help get kids fishing, especially in cities?
Well, first off, it's the future of the sport.
It's the future of the sport.
Okay? Unfortunately, all of us are going to pass on.
Right.
But this is our opportunity to pass this sport on.
It's a way to grow.
Generation.
Yeah.
Okay? And involving so many young anglers, both male and female in it, helps grow the sport.
Right.
It's obviously between the popularity of the high school and college events, it's grown to enormous proportions that none of us ever really imagined.
Yeah.
Okay? The inner city part of it is, these kids really are never exposed to this sport.
Yeah.
They don't have the opportunity that we had growing up in, rural areas, and
yeah, they normally don't have an uncle or a dad or a buddy that fishes, right? They're growing up without that experience.
Right.
And you have more insight to that than anybody, being a former police officer in Central New Jersey. Dude, you've seen a lot of city kids not go the right way.
Yes.
Shit goes down sometimes that ain't good.
Something I always like to tell people at the seminars that I do is, get a kid involved in fishing. A lot of these cities, what you're doing, what the Ike Foundation is doing in these cities, all these cities have waterways that run.
Everyone.
Whether it's a river or a canal, there's a pond,
city pond,
by, a park pond, something like that. There's an opportunity for them to be exposed to fishing and enjoy it and go out and do it. Whether it's from the bank or in a boat, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You get them outdoors. But I always like to tell people, I was in police work for 30 years. I do not ever recall locking up a kid that had a fishing license.
Right. The only one I know that ever got locked up that had a fishing license in his pocket was Brian the Carpenter. And if I'm correct, he doesn't even hear me right now. If I'm correct, he robbed somebody's shed. Or I think it was like the 9th grade. And they locked him up for robbing somebody's shed. And he had a fishing license at the time. But besides him, I think that's an enough.
He can get locked up just for looks.
Oh God!
But it
is true though. It is true.
It's a thing that you do, and it's wholesome. It keeps you out of trouble. You get your passion gets involved in it, and when you're fishing, you don't want to rob sheds unless you're Brian the Carpenter. You want to fish, and it's a great activity. It's a great thing that when you give it to a kid, he's going to have it the rest of his life. Yeah, it's priceless.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And think about it. Unfortunately, drugs and alcohol affect every piece of society.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we all know someone who's been affected by that.
Yep.
But how many people in fishing do you know? I mean, I've always said it's the greatest fraternity ever.
I agree.
But unfortunately, we've all been there's some that have been affected by it, but for the majority, we get into lifelong friendships. I mean, we've known each other for over 20 years now.
Forever. Forever.
And there's so many fishermen that can say that about somebody because they had that love and
Yes.
that passion for the sport.
Yeah.
And if you have the opportunity to pass that on to some young adults, young children, that grow those relationships, they last a lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's all good, dude.
It's
all good.
It's a special thing.
Absolutely.
It's a special thing. I also want to call Dave to play on something, and I'm giving you a little preview, a little verbal preview of something you're going to see this fall in Going Ike Season 6 already, Pete. Can you believe this is Season 6 coming up?
That's amazing.
Amazing how quick 6 years would pass. But I want to put Dave on the spot, and you're going to see Episode 1 of Going Ike Season 6. Dave and I got a chance to fish together down near Dave's home under some really interesting conditions, and you're going to get to see anglers figuring it out on the fly. And that's one of the things I'm proud of. When we filmed Pete on the Upper Chesapeake Bay, we had to figure it out as the day went on. Remember how frustrated we were in the beginning?
Yeah.
And we had to figure it out. You're going to see something very similar happen with me and Dave, but amazing shoot, Dave. You want to, without giving away too much of the show, you want to tell people a little bit about the experience? We had a great time filming it.
Oh, God, it was awesome.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
So, we thought we knew what was going to transpire.
Classic scenario.
Classic.
Where you look at the water and you're like, I know how I'm going to catch these fish.
We had enough things had gone on where we had unfortunately had a preconceived notion.
Right.
This is exactly how it was going to work. All right, and we were prepared to catch them in a certain way.
Yeah.
And quickly we learned that the fish had a different idea.
Always do.
And we struggled. We struggled.
Yeah.
But fortunately, between the two of us, we were able to put the puzzle together.
Figured out on the fly.
It was a constantly evolving process.
Yes.
Where one technique did not work. We started to adjust a little bit, and that technique worked.
Clues.
But not really
well.
well.
Clues were thrown at us.
And then we just kept thinking and processing, and we came up with the perfect application.
Yeah.
And we caught him.
It was awesome, Pete.
We caught him.
Awesome.
But then, after a couple hours,
it changed again.
And what was the motto of the day? Keep them honest.
Keep them honest.
Yep.
Keep them honest.
So we had to make an adjustment and virtually went back to what we thought we were going to do in the beginning.
Yeah.
And just
I want everybody to really keep their eyes out for this episode. It'll be Episode 1, Going Ike Season 6 with Dave Mansue. It's going to be really special. Pete, there's people right now watching say, what does keep them honest mean? What does that mean to you? I know you know what it means, because anglers we know you want to keep them honest, and you're doing something, but you keep going back and trying it. Tell me about what keep them honest means.
You know what? I guess when I think of that is, you want to give the fish a different look. You want to, you may have been catching them one way, but conditions change, and you got to give them a different look.
Absolutely.
Different look.
Yeah.
Maybe go to a crankbait, a moving bait, or switch from that to a drop bait.
Yep.
To make sure that you're not missing them.
To make sure you're not missing them is exactly what we kept saying throughout the day. It was so cool to see it, because what we thought was going to work didn't work. We figured it out, but then we kept saying, let's just dabble in that. So every once in a while we quick peek in there and try it, keep them honest. And then all of a sudden, as that other one started to fade, that one started to come back. And it was so cool that they captured it all in the filming in the course of that day.
I got a feeling me and Dave, because we're in the tournament together, we're going to be working hard to keep them honest.
I think that's an understatement.
Keeping them honest on the Delaware means totally different things, right?
Pete, I'm going to call you if I get a bite.
All right.
If I get one, I think you'll just hear me.
Yeah.
No matter where I am.
This is I'm glad you said that because I want to call you both you guys to the plate right now on something else and be honest. We'll start with you, Pete. Give me an honest, legitimate answer of the number of bites you think you will get tomorrow. How many bites will you get tomorrow?
I thought you were going to ask me what the winning weight was.
No. I might ask Dave that one next.
The number of bites that I'll get tomorrow is going to be 8.
8 bites. Think about that. It's a 7.5 hour day or whatever it is. You're only going to get 8 bites. You're going to get roughly a bite an hour, a little less.
No, I'm going to get 3 bites in the first hour of the tournament. I am going to get no bites for the next 6 hours of the tournament. And I'm going to get 2. Well, and then I'll get 5 bites at the end of the tournament.
At the very end of the tournament.
That'll be somewhat what my day is going to look
like. Dude,
like
that's
tomorrow.
tough.
Yeah.
The average angler phases out. Yeah. When he gets a couple bites early, he's high, and then he goes 1, 2, 3 hours without a bite. Dude, they're done. Yep. They're toast.
Yeah, and that's what gets you on tidal water is you can't check out mentally.
Yeah.
You got to know that the tide's going to get right. It's going to happen. Yeah. It's going to happen, and you got to hang in there.
All right.
Because when it does happen, man.
All right, Dave.
It happens fast.
We're kicking you out of this chair for JT, but before we do that, give us your guess on winning weight for tomorrow on the Ike Foundation tournament.
I was asked this question last night, and I'm going to say it's going to be about 10 to 10.5 pounds.
Okay, listen to me. There you heard it. We're going to ask a lot of guys here in the next hour. Dave Mansue's guess tomorrow, 10 to 10.5 pounds winning weight at the Ike Foundation tournament on Delaware River. Pete, would you agree with that?
I would agree with it.
Okay.
We had 11 pounds last year with a good tide, 11 pounds the first year with a really good tide.
Yep, Joe Sancho.
And this is not a very good tide. It's not a favorable condition. It's going to be less weight. I'm going with 10 pounds too. 10.2.
10.2. Dave Mansue, 10 to 10.5. Dave, thank you again for fishing with us this week.
First off, just let me say it's an honor to be here. All right, I've wanted to come back and do this for a long time. You know, fortunately this year it worked out. It's such a great event. I think everybody should be involved in this, and it's for such a great cause.
That's awesome.
Truly, knowing, you know what I do, try to promote the sport.
Oh yeah.
And it works in with it perfectly, and it's just such an honor to be here.
That's awesome. Well, we're excited to have you.
Whether I catch a fish tomorrow or not is irrelevant. What's relevant is what we're trying to do for the future.
I have a feeling you're going to do okay. We're having a good day. Dave Mansue, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, buddy.
Dave. I appreciate it. All right, we're going to pass it on. We're going to have JT Kenney sit down with us here on Ike Live.
MLF fame, FLW Monster Champion.
JT.
I can hear us now.
What's up?
There's a lot of stuff up right now.
There's a lot of stuff up.
Yes, I really have to tell you that. My first time to the Delaware River, that's what's up.
Yeah.
I got to spend about 4.5 hours on today.
Yes.
JT.
Jury's still out.
And
he's going to fix your mic.
All right, so 4.5 hours on the Delaware River, which, by the way, is a challenging tidal river.
Good way to put it, Mike. Good way to put it.
To say the least, challenging fishery. How did those 4.5 hours fare? Without giving too much away.
So I think at one point, about 2.5 hours into it, I feel very certain I had a bite.
Wow!
I think so. I definitely think I had a bite. And then at about the 3-hour mark, I kind of think I had another one. But other than that, it was very enjoyable.
Wow.
Not a lot of stuff bothered me while I was throwing my baits out and reeling them in.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
But honestly, from growing up kind of around the Potomac River and stuff before I moved to Florida, I was at a terrible tide. It was almost dead high.
Yeah.
And apparently it's a lot bigger tidal swing here than I'm used to on the Potomac
Big
River
one.
or in Florida. It's obviously like practically nothing.
Yeah.
Giant.
7 feet here.
Yeah, 7 feet. That's amazing. So a lot of the stuff that I was driving over today that was 2 feet deep at dead high tide, apparently I may not want to drive there tomorrow. This is what I'm hearing.
We have already had one lower unit issue this week, so let's keep you safe.
Right, let's keep it at that, yeah. But I've been a little bit kind of preoccupied Pete, guy that you actually know, but my best friend down in Palm Bay, Kyle Walters, he was actually leading the Forest Wood Cup today for a little while, and he's now sitting in third with not too many people left to weigh in.
Wow.
And Kyle's not a professional fisherman. He's just a really good – he's a great angler, but just a good buddy of mine.
Yeah.
Last year he fished the Costa Series, qualified for the Costa Championship, won the Costa Championship on Gunnersville, which qualified him for the Forest Wood Cup.
Wow.
So it's kind of like that cool story. You
Yeah.
know? Like,
so awesome.
like maybe somebody else I know that did some federation type thing.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so that's kind of, I'm a little bit preoccupied with my buddy
Yeah.
right now. So
I
it's
love to see that. I love to see that. I love to hear those stories
Yeah.
of the guy that you don't expect, right? Like,
Yeah.
Like on paper this week, everybody's like,
Brian
Scott,
Thrift,
Scott Martin, Brian,
absolutely.
like all the the very obvious guys.
And Thrift is leading, by the way, now.
Thrift is leading.
But Kyle,
Yeah.
like the dark one, he's freaking right there, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Are you going to have FLW live on your boat tomorrow?
We had it on at the bar until Kyle weighed in, and then we turned it off. But we had it on up there,
Yeah.
and I'm sure I'm gonna check. I may not actually have it on, but I promise you, a couple times, I'm idling out of someplace or something. Of course, I'm gonna look.
Oh man, I got it. I got it
Absolutely.
dialed in. When you guys are having an MLF tournament, I got my phone sitting right up there on my
guide trips.
sonar stream. I am.
Yeah.
I'm fishing. Watching
You're on paid guide trips.
Right.
These guys are like, pay attention to me. Pete's in the back watching MLF, watching you guys commentate. He don't give a shit.
I cannot stop watching.
No, it's so awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
that's a good
addicted.
segue. That's a good segue. This has been a year of transition for you. And first off, let me tell you, dude, the chemistry of you guys, because at the beginning of the year, I'm like, I don't know how this is going to be.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, because
I
you
didn't
guys,
either.
you guys were thrown together sort of really quick. And I got to watch a lot of the third and fourth day because I had an okay year, but I didn't make a lot of those cuts. So I got to watch a lot of it. Dude, the chemistry of you guys is fucking unbelievable.
It's really came on. Like it was a little shaky when we first started, but to nobody's fault, when we first started, nobody told me shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was just like, hey,
They just
here's
turned
your
it on?
Here's your headset.
Like tonight. Like tonight. Like
yeah.
here.
And maybe that's why I did good at it. But literally, nobody told me anything. It was just like, here, like you're a commentator now. And I literally asked when I was like, I don't know if I want to do it. You know, I originally signed a contract to be an angler, and then this came up, whatever, and I decided to do it. So I remember one day calling the producer and being like, okay, so, obviously I got to go to school for this and all that. And he's like, nah, we're going to rehearse the day before we start down there in Florida. But you know me, I'm just like, hell, okay. Yeah, whatever.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm in.
No
Wow.
practice. Yeah,
Wow.
sounds good.
Yeah, so that's kind of how that went. And but honestly, and this isn't because we know there's a ton of people listening or anything. I'm not making this up. I love it.
Wow.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I have not had one single day, and these tournaments are marathons.
Yeah.
They're 6 days long.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. I don't know how else we can do it, and I think it's a good way to do it. But they are marathons, and there hasn't been one day all year that I've woke up and went, shit, I do not want to go do this today.
Wow.
Not one single day.
That's awesome.
And I can't say that about the last couple of years of my actual angling career.
That's
However,
awesome.
I've been doing a lot of angling a lot lately. I just came back from the Canadian Open, which did okay there, finished 31st. Not great, but, did pretty good.
What lake was that on, by the way?
That was out of Kingston, Ontario, so basically a Thousand Islands
Thousand
area.
Islands, yep.
Yeah, so I had a 4.4 pound average over 3 days.
Night.
That'll get you 31st.
Wow.
Oh,
place
it's
is amazing.
really good up there right now.
Wow.
It's really good.
So I'm assuming smallmouth won that
All
event.
smallmouth.
Anybody even have largemouth even
There
remotely
was one
come close?
dude, Bob Izumi's brother, weighed in some large. He actually weighed a 5-something one day, which
Wow.
is no good.
Average for
smallmouth.
smallmouth.
Dude, I weighed a 660 smallmouth the second day, and I held it. That's my biggest smallmouth.
Yeah.
I held it up.
That's a giant.
Dude, the announcer goes, I don't know. That's what he said. I don't know. I laid it in the bucket. He's like, yeah, 660.
No big
He
deal.
never said 660, nice one. Nothing. He said, yeah, 660.
Like disgusting.
Yeah, like why'd you why'd you even weigh that one?
Oh man.
Literally, like why did you even do that?
Wow.
I held it up. The photographer's down there going through his thing. Never even took a picture of
Oh
me.
my God.
A 660 to me is a friggin' giant
That's a
smallmouth.
mule, dude.
Like it had that like misshapen head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where like its skull structure
Yeah.
can't grow as fast as its body's
Right.
growing.
Yep.
They didn't even make
Gobies.
they didn't even make my
Yeah.
picture. No,
Gobies.
it is gobies.
Goby eater, dude.
I will tell you this though, a lot of them spit up yellow perch too.
Really?
Yep, but a lot of gobies.
Wow.
But there was definitely some yellow perch spit up.
That's
so.
amazing. All right, now I do want to ask you this because Pete and I, before you got on, were saying the thing that we love about having you there that makes it special is your insight. Your insight. And I love some of the other commentators involved.
Oh, yeah.
And Marty for sure gives a great spin. But your insight is from a mind of a tournament competitor. And I love that.
20 years.
I love that.
Yeah.
You've been there. You the highs,
I love
the
that.
lows.
Oh yeah.
And you relate that extremely well during your broadcast.
I love that.
Honestly, after the first, we all admit the first couple of days were a little shaky. I had to realize that I have to try really hard not to try.
Right.
I'm being super honest when I say that. Try really hard not to try. Just like sitting here with you guys. We're literally just three good buddies talking about fishing.
Yeah.
I'm not worried that there's a million people listening or 100,000 people listening right now.
Right.
We're buddies talking about fishing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's what we're all into.
Yeah.
It's what we've been doing
It's
for
what
natural.
ties all of us together.
It feels natural.
Yeah,
Feels
it's
natural.
what ties all of us together.
Yeah. And you've worked with us enough over the years with Bass University. It's also fun to me.
Damn right it's fun.
Talking about it. Like because when you're talking about it, you're actually educating, whether you look at it like that or not. But when you're doing the MLF stuff, I'm listening to you and I'm learning through you watching the other guys. You're educating, that's awesome. Dude, I love teaching, dude. I love it. I love teaching people.
It is. It's a lot of fun. And like I said, the whole deal of like trying not to try, like that was not, I know I'm joking and kidding around a lot of times. That's literally not a joke.
Yeah.
That's just sit there and just talk about it and let it flow. And it's when I started doing that, that's when all of a sudden everybody started coming up and I can tell they're being genuine.
Yeah.
And they start coming up and saying, dude, that was freaking cool.
It was
today.
really good. It was really good.
And I was like, well, I really didn't try to do anything.
It was really good. Now,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I wasn't trying to do anything.
Just being yourself.
I was just sitting there watching the monitor going, oh, I can, blah, blah, blah about that. Blah, blah, blah about that. Not trying to do anything.
Now, I do want to ask you the other side of the coin real quick, which is you like what you're doing. You love what you're doing.
Yes.
Were there any days this year where you're on set and you were watching and you were like, fuck, I want to be out there fishing right now? Were there any of those days? There had to be one or two.
There was a couple of times where I thought, man, that looks fun.
Yeah.
But I don't think there was ever a time when I went, I would rather be out there than here.
Right.
Dude, I'm still getting some tournament fishing in. I fished a Costa at Chickamauga this year. Fished a Costa at Champlain, finished 15th. Fished the Thousand Islands Open, or Canadian Open, I'm sorry. Going back up to Thousand Islands to fish the St. Lawrence River at Costa up there. There's a pretty big tournament down Florida I'm going to do. Like, so I'm dude, I'm still doing.
So you're still getting your taste of it through other
I'm still
circuits.
getting my little fix. You know what I mean? I'm still getting a little fix of it. So I'm like not. And plus, I just love it.
Yeah.
It's what I've done for 20 or 22 years or whatever, man. I just love it.
Yeah.
Have B&G have stepped away? Like I noticed this with me when I step away from fishing for a little while. Business carries me away. I get rejuvenated. I can't wait to get back into the next tournament.
Yeah.
And where when you do tournament after tournament after tournament, it can wear you down.
So I alluded to that a little bit when we first started talking. But yes, it kind of. I've always been like, I don't know if it's my personality or whatever, but I've always been like kind of successful in those long tournament runs where like you do like 6 tournaments in 8 weeks or something. Because I think you kind of go on autopilot
Yeah.
But my give a shit level is really low. And maybe that's why I was always successful on those long runs.
Right.
Because I'm just like, I'm out there like,
right.
but maybe I'm being natural and not letting my psyche.
Yeah.
But like I'm literally just, it got cloudy. I need gold blades. Who cares?
Right.
But that's what I need to do
Yeah.
instead of being like in practice. I caught him on silver blades.
Right.
And, like.
Right.
So, but I've always been good on those long runs. But yes, like I'm a lot more pumped up to go fishing now instead of like I'll be honest with you. There was days the last couple of years that I fished the tour, which were pretty successful years. A couple top tens, no wins, but made the cup, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
The whole thing. But like there was some days I woke up and I could have cared either way if I went or not.
Yeah.
Maybe even didn't want to a couple of days,
I
which
can
I
relate
hate to be
that.
like
No,
that.
I can relate to that.
I hate to be like that
Yeah.
because then you think about the guy that's going to work in the factory and you're
Yeah.
like, I have to go because I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Almost like for that guy.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I'm going for that guy.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Because he
Fishing-
can't go.
Fishing's a job like any other job. It's an amazing thing, and it's a passion, and we love to do it. And what you just said, JT, you remember those things. You remember the guy in the military, the guy that's in the factory, the guy with no legs. Like, you start to think of that, and you wake yourself up. But we have bad days, just like every other dude out there in every other profession. So there are bad days in professional fishing, just like everything else.
Well, I think a lot of it is like we're all competitors.
Right.
I am, you are, Pete, you are, Van Dam is, like, and I've heard people say, Iaconelli's an asshole.
Yeah.
I've heard people say.
Well, that's true. But
I've heard people, right? But I've heard people say Van Dam's an asshole. And like you two are two of the greatest guys, ambassadors of the sport I've ever met. But you're such competitors,
right?
That like what people don't understand is like you put your whole heart and soul into each and every event.
Yes.
You put every waking moment, all you're thinking about is that event. And then when it goes to shit,
it's tough.
And me the same way.
Yeah.
Like I just, like I come, like I try not to do anything in public, but like I get back to the cabin that we're all staying in.
Yeah.
And I break a rod over the side of the boat. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
have you ever stuck a broken rod through the wall in the cabin you were staying, Pete? You ever seen that?
I have seen that before.
I broke a corner of the cabin by hitting the rod into it like that.
Yes. That
I did that.
That trumps the one
Yeah,
through
but
the wall.
not actually going through
Not
it.
stabbing
No.
it. Oh,
there was
damn
no
it.
stabbing. It was more of a baseball swing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Wow.
It's funny you say, because I give myself a reality check that way sometimes too, because everything goes to crap. Your practice goes. You're not on them. You're frustrated as hell because it didn't go your way, and you just don't want to go. And you're driving to the launch ramp, and you recognize everybody else is driving into town.
Yeah.
You're driving to the launch ramp.
Yeah,
Right.
That's
Reality
true.
check.
That's a good reality check.
Wake up.
Yeah.
up.
No, it
You're
is.
fortunate. Get your ass into this thing and try to win this tournament.
Yeah.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It's one thing, but it, like I said, kind of the point I was making was when somebody says that, they say that you're an asshole or Van Dam's an asshole, or I'm sure they've said it about me. They met you on that moment in time when it was just, you knew you were going to have a good bag today, and you weighed, back before the format that we compete in, now you weighed 11 pounds and knew you should have had 20 or something. And it's just like all those feelings and all that emotion culminates into that, like, 20 minutes after you weigh in that you're just like,
it's a big letdown.
Oh,
and it's almost crushing.
It is.
It's crushing.
And especially if it's on a place like, say, a Champlain or a Thousand Islands where you're done.
Yeah, you're smoked.
You cannot come back.
There's
from
no
that.
recovery.
There's no Okeechobee, Sam Rayburn, someplace like that. You can go out and catch 32 pounds the next day, and at least there's this far glimmer of hope.
Right.
Where on certain fisheries, because we've all done this our whole lives, we know you're done.
Right.
Yep.
It's over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's, I think sometimes people meet
Gate-
professionals, and
Yeah.
it's just that's what happens.
Yeah, you're
I hope
having a bad
everybody
time.
watching is that this was a little.
Insight.
This was a great little 10-minute insight because professional fishing is not all peaches and roses. It's got downtimes too, and I'm glad you. I'm glad you talked through that. That was a good.
There's a lot of up times. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but it's not.
There
all
are
like
some
that.
downs. All right, I got to corner you here,
Hit me.
and I feel obligated to do it, and I know you'll be honest with me. 2 questions
Yep.
about Major League Fishing this
Yep.
year. First of all, I want you to grade it like a school grade on how year 1 went for Major League Fishing from A to
B.
F. Okay.
Yep.
You give it a B. Okay.
And I'm talking about plus, minus,
Yep.
straight B.
Okay, straight B. And then give me one thing that Major League Fishing can do better in year 2. Year 2 is right around the corner. You know, we're done. We got a red crest left.
Just promote ourselves in general.
Right. Promote the league better. Promote the
Promote the
tournaments
league
better.
better. Yep.
Okay.
But in the same thing, we came up with those 2 things. There's a ton of stuff that we did really good too.
We did. Oh, dude. There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff that
Yeah.
went really, really good.
Yeah.
I tried.
You know what? I want to say something else. Not to
Yeah.
interrupt you, Mike.
Yeah.
I want to say something else. I think also we need to make the entire format easier to follow.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Between the cups, like I perfectly understand between the Bass Pro Tour, the cups, the Red Crest, the World Championship.
Yeah.
I completely understand it.
Yep.
But like the cups from last year airing now,
Yeah.
like, and I get it. It's all about advertising dollars.
Yeah.
What the advertisers want to do, how it's all sold and stuff, and that's how we're fishing for no entry fees.
Yep.
Fishing for giant purses with no entry fees because of all this advertising. And I get it, but the general viewing public is very confused. Like, and of course, I'm going to use something from my personal life, but like, so I make this big announcement that I'm a commentator now, and then all the Major League Fishing events that I filmed last year air on TV after I make this announcement. And like, I get all these people on Facebook that are like, "Man, you got second last week. Good job, man. That was an awesome show when you caught that 5
confusing.
pound. You caught that 5 pounder right at the end." And I'm like, that was last year, but it's just airing now. Like, so I think that's something. I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah.
Because I get all the business and the logistics end of why it's done that way. But if you ask me a question, and that's my real answer.
Yeah.
Is all that shit needs to be more streamlined and more easy.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it.
Right.
They've figured out how to do it without us having to fish for any entry fees.
Right. Brian, what are you doing? That's one of the. I'm glad you brought that because that's one of the 3 big ones that I always hear is that one.
Yeah.
And that's one of the 3. But a lot of things were done right as well. The live
there's
coverage,
a lot
the
of
live
stuff we've done
coverage
right.
was phenomenal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Product placement right there. JT's got a Founders All-Day IPA on his leg.
Doing a good job of balancing.
Little Vanna White going on there. Probably 2 of the ugliest hands in all of fishing right there, Brian the Carpenter and JT Kenney. Look at those things. They're terrible. big ugly hands. Big ugly hands. JT, I want to thank you personally for coming to fishing this event. Dude, you're busy as shit. You're got a million things going on. I told Mansue sat here before you sat here, and I want to tell you this to your face right now. Dude, you're the reason these events are successful. Seriously. Like,
I appreciate that.
The whole reason this thing is got energy behind it is because of the pros. Pete and you and Charlie Hartley and these guys that come.
Yep.
You're the reason that people.
Charlie's awesome.
Dude, you guys are the reason that
so
people
awesome.
get energized about this event.
Yeah.
We'd have no kids show up tomorrow, and we'd have like 10 boats enter the tournament if you guys weren't involved.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that.
Dude,
Thank you.
You can count me in as long as it fits into the mess that is
and it's
our,
a mess.
our
it's
lives.
a mess. It's a mess.
As long as I can
Yeah.
count me in. I always help Bobby Lane with his thing.
Yep.
down in Florida. I've missed it once or twice in all the years he's done, just because of the sponsor obligation.
Absolutely.
We got to make our money, but yeah, man, count me in.
Well, I appreciate it. It's
fun.
Yeah,
it's a big
good
deal.
to have you.
It's a big deal.
fun,
So
man.
thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. There you have it.
Cool
JT Kenney, everybody. JT Kenney, I expect to see him in the top 5 tomorrow based off of those 2 maybe bites he had.
Well, no. But so I got paired with a guy that knows the place really good.
You did. I
You
actually
got James Riley.
Yes, we actually know James. James does know
He
it
said
really
he knows
good.
it pretty
He
good,
knows it
so-
really good, and he's done a little bit of practice.
Hey, it's James. If you see my name at the top of the leaderboard tomorrow, it's James.
There you have it. James Riley going to be in effect. That's a good one. Thank you, JT.
Thank you, JT.
We're going to keep it rolling. Riz, do you have anything back there? Riz, do you have anything? You have any IMs? You want to talk to anything? You want to?
I got a comment.
You got a comment.
While
You got
Riz
to
is
pee.
looking at no, I think he's right about that clarification to the MLF.
Yeah.
That is the number one complaint I get
It's
from people
confusing.
watching. It's confusing.
It is a little confusing.
People don't know the Red Crest versus the Summit Cup and what that means, how you qualify.
Yep.
And I'm in group because I'm trying to learn and follow it. And
It's
if that could be clarified, I think it would be great for the fan.
Yes.
Easier to follow.
Yes.
And I think that's important that happens.
That needs to happen. It's one of the big 3 criticisms I see of Major League Fishing. I follow it, and I'm probably too honest at times and too vocal, but it's confusing is one I always get. The other one I always see is they're fishing for a bunch of little fish, 12 inches. I see some of them ones, but I think they'll progress. I think Major League Fishing will be okay.
Yep.
And I think the other 2 leagues will be okay as well.
Yeah.
I think it's all going to work out. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to think too positive, but I want to believe that everything's all going to work out. I want to believe it. And
I think it will.
and speaking of being positive,
Good segment.
joining us right now next to
Pete.
Mr. Pete Glusick, we've got a great friend of all of us, great friend of Ike Live, great friend of the Ike Foundation, the guy I've been competing with for too many years. I don't even want to talk about how many years I've been competing with this guy. Really special guy joining us, and the nicest guy in the world, Charlie Hartley. Joining us here live on Ike Live. Charlie, how you doing?
I'm wonderful.
Dude, we talked before all this started over there, and I told you this, and I want to tell you again before we even get into this little segment. Thank you for participating.
Thank you for having us.
Dude, you guys, JT, you, Gray Buck, all of them, Pete, you're the reason this event is a success. You're the reason that we're going to have 1,000 kids show up tomorrow. So thank you. Thank you.
That's humbling, but you know why I'm here, right? Because Tracy said I could be here.
Oh, shout out to Tracy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for allowing.
Congratulations on the James River.
Thank you. By the way, you're the James River winner as well. So we have something in common right now. I like that. Dude, the James River's a beast.
Yeah.
We were talking before the camera lit up that decisions at the James River are super critical. Talk a little bit about that, because we got people watching that are like, what do you mean decisions? You decide to go fish one way and you just stick to it. But that's more than that.
Yeah, tidal water's a lot more than that, isn't it? On a reservoir, you can go to your best place and pretty much predict the fish are going to be there.
Yeah.
And on tidal water, you can go in the best place of the whole river at the wrong time and never get a bite.
Yeah.
And that's very confusing. I remember when you interviewed me after that win, while we were talking, I was like, you know what? I never would have guessed I'd won at the James River. But then as we talked longer, I said, you know what? It did kind of suit my skills. It was trash fishing. It was shallow water fishing. It was current fishing. And as you know, all the circuits we traveled, we fished a lot of tidal water. We
Big
fished
time.
the Delta, New Orleans,
Potomac,
Chesapeake,
Hudson
Potomac.
River.
I had a couple seconds at the Potomac and Everstarch and to Skeet Reese in a tour event at the Potomac. And when you figure that tide out, you feel like a genius. when you don't figure that tide out, you feel like there's not a fish in the whole system. I've been on the Potomac before when I thought, well, the saltwater must have wiped out all the fishery.
Yeah, they
because
killed
I
them
never
all.
got a bite.
All the bass are fried. I'm seeing crabs. There can't be any bass in here at all.
Yep.
Pete, expand on that, because the tidal window can be so small and you can miss it by minutes. Explain that to people watching right now.
Yeah, there's a great way to explain it is what's happening out here on the Delaware River right now. On the last hour of outgoing tide, there's a window. The water drops out of the vegetation. It drops out of the flats. It pulls all the bait with it. And the pieces of habitat that are still in the water are where the predators set up. And they feed aggressively in this small window.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how aggressive they get for that little bit. I mean, the James River that you just won, we had a bad tide for almost the first 7 hours of the tournament, and in the last half hour, they were on every
at the end
piece of structure.
Yeah.
My co-anglers would look at me like I was crazy, you know. There's no bites. I go, when this tide gets right, there'll be a bite on every dock post. And when it got right for those last 20 minutes, every dock post, you had to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
And you were smart enough to open that window larger by chasing the tide.
Yeah.
And that was obviously a great win. One of the things that sticks out on his win is the worm that you were using. It was like the Brian Kirchhoff.
Well, that
old school
yeah.
ribbon tail worm. That was awesome.
Oh, wait a minute. We have a very special thing happening here. Jay Prize coming in with a birthday cake. Look at this. Oh, my God. All right. I want everybody in the bar right now, if you can hear me. Here we go. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Charlie Hartley. Happy birthday. All right, there you go, Charlie. Amazing cake. Happy birthday. And we also have a very special birthday present for Charlie. This is a mystery tackle box. And, of course, you know Ike Live is the only podcast that does a live unboxing. Charlie, go ahead and do an unboxing of this special Charlie Hartley birthday box, co-sponsored by Founders right here.
You know, when you won here,
yes,
it was on my birthday also.
Wow!
And we had a party in this parking lot.
Do you want to talk about that at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Jacob was there.
They
brought me a cake out to that parking lot.
Wow.
And we had about half of the elite pros in that parking lot way too late.
Way too late.
Way too late.
I love it.
Even Sherry and Kevin were there, and Sherry sent the kids to bed because she knew it was going to get a little.
And the great thing about having a birthday party here at the Crown Plaza in Cherry Hill is you get to scare away all the thieves that are going to rob the boats.
You remember the first time I came here to practice, I had to call you and ask you where it was safe to launch.
Oh, yeah.
Because
stay away from Frankfurt Arsenal, Pete.
My very first time here was very intimidating.
All right, and here we have the mystery tackle box. You notice the seal was officially broken. And inside, look at this. Cookies! Cookies we have for Charlie Hartley.
My favorite oatmeal raisin cookies.
Special cookies in this MTV unboxing.
Me too.
Wow.
I thought the secret lure to win tomorrow would be in it. And you give me cookies.
Cookies, it's energy. It's energy for tomorrow. It's power.
You know me. I live on sugar and caffeine.
I know.
Thank you. That's
You're
so
welcome.
humbling.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. No, it's great. And
happy
I'm
birthday.
35 today.
I believe that.
And
35.
you are
Charlie
too.
Hartley, 35. Charlie's beautiful wife
Tracy.
coming in. Tracy coming in for the big hug. Nice birthday hug from Tracy. And a birthday kiss here on Ike Live. Ike Live. All right, now I do want to change it up, and I want to talk about something else. And when I first walked in and Charlie and I were talking at the bar, we were talking about old tournaments, old experiences, whether it's the James or whether it's Kerr Reservoir from years ago.
Where you drew out with Kevin.
Where
I
drew
still
out with
have
Kevin.
that VCR tape.
Oh, yeah.
That was the first time I was on Bassmaster.
I remember. And here's the thing that I want to call you out on, Charlie, and I want you to comment on it too.
Come
Pete.
on.
Why do all great anglers, all the best anglers I know, whether they're these club guys that I fish with at home or they're elite guys, everything in between, why do they have such good memories? When we talked at the bar, dude, you remembered every detail of a tournament from 20 years ago. How do you do that?
I get in trouble because I can't remember my wife's birthday, but I can remember what you caught them on in a tournament.
Yeah, and I do too. That Kerr Reservoir tournament, dude. Chrome and blue rattle trap. Come on, man.
Quarter ounce.
Quarter ounce.
And my last day, I drew out with Chris Daves, Woo Dave's kid.
Yeah.
And he was on the back deck and caught a limit before me and tried to hand me his rattle trap because he thought it might be running different than mine. No, it's amazing. I talk all the time about it. I don't regret a minute or a penny I've spent fishing.
Yeah.
I am rich with memories, Mike, and you are too. We have made so many friends.
Yeah.
And we can vividly remember every tournament we did well in or did poorly in.
And the details. It's unbelievable.
And everyone I've been in the boat with has taught me something.
Yeah.
We are rich with that knowledge. Even a co-angler that's a novice teaches you something every day. And I heard you in your interview, you mentioned your co-angler the second day when you won the James didn't even make a cast.
Never made a cast.
What an honor or respect is that for a man to do.
Unbelievable. And Charlie, in 25 years of doing it, it's the second time it's happened to me. Only the second time.
That last day when I did well at the James and won, my co-angler was not very skilled with the docks and the structure we were fishing.
Yeah.
And the first time he got hung up, I'm like, we'll go get that. And he said, what? Go get what? And he did that all day long.
Wow.
He would not let me go get his baits loose.
It's amazing.
He goes, it's not your fault I'm getting hung up. You know, so you make so many friends. You meet true people through fishing. I really believe, my mom always called it the magic of fishing. Fishing is magic.
Yeah.
And we've both seen it. We spend so much time on the water. Every time you're on the water, something happens that if you wouldn't be out there, you never would have believed it if you wouldn't have seen it with your own eyes. And you're getting to realize that all over again with Vegas and his.
So cool. It's so cool to see it. But why is that, Pete? I'm going to use Brian the Carpenter as an example because he's my guinea pig. He remembers stuff from when we were kids, the exact bait, the color, the line. And Brian's as dumb as they come. He's not a very smart man at all.
I have a terrible memory.
He's not a very smart man. But how do the anglers that are good remember every detail like that? What is it?
It's because it's our passion, and that's the difference. Like it's funny. I just had some old school books, my engineering books that my mom brought over to me, and I remember how hard I had to manipulate my brain to remember the biggest detail.
Yeah.
It was like you had to work so hard.
Yeah.
At fishing, I caught a fish today off of an isolated spatterdock set that my friend.
Oh, look at this! You got take those. Wow,
that's very nice.
This is great. Wow, thank you, Pete.
Very nice.
Wow.
Thank you.
This is great.
That my friend caught 3 bass off of 30 years ago.
Wow.
On high tide.
The same exact piece.
I just was idling down and I looked over at the
You
bank.
remembered it.
And I remembered it and I threw over there and I caught one.
Wow.
And that's the passion that we
That's
all
amazing.
share as an angler. And the thing that I've noticed is you can't turn it off.
Right.
No.
When I close my eyes to go to sleep, I often am thinking about the James River right. I missed one or could have made a better decision.
Yeah.
Or
You're constantly analyzing
I'm
stuff.
analyzing like
Do
what's
you
happening
do that,
with
Charlie,
tide.
too?
Oh, absolutely. And same thing. I was very poor at remembering anything for school because I wasn't interested in it. But we were so interested in fishing. My main motivation when I started fishing tournaments wasn't to win. I wanted to learn how to catch more fish. I'd be in the weigh-in line with these big bags of fish, and I was like, I don't want to beat you or take your money. I want to catch big bags of fish like that. Teach me. Tell me more. We were way before the internet, way before this fast learning curve. We learned through the school of hard knocks.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day, the really good fishermen cut their lures off so you wouldn't get to see what they caught them on. You know, we really had to learn through trial and error, and it meant the world to us when we figured something out or when we learned a new trick.
And it meant the world to us, too, when you met somebody that could help you. And I was fortunate with a mentor, Rich Schneiderite, and a lot of us, you know, have had that, and that's why we want people to take the pledge, to take kids fishing, become that mentor to somebody. But it was so amazing to me when I fished with somebody that knew something and actually helped me, that could open a whole world to how to catch more and
meant
bigger
the world
fish.
to you, didn't it?
It was priceless. It was priceless to me.
But usually they did that because they recognized you had the passion.
Right.
When I was a young kid, I'd go out on a boat with a bunch of adults, and they would say, I've never seen a kid react that way when a fish was caught. He's got it. He's got the passion. And they would share that info with you. I don't want to get distracted without mentioning that the Hartley Hogs won the Junior Bassmaster Championship.
Saw that the other day.
I'm going to get so distracted talking to my two peers here that I wanted to bring that up. Those two kids picked that spot out on a map 3 months ago when they qualified. And the boat captain said, I don't know how they did it, but they picked out the spot right off a map before they ever went there.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And that's probably my greatest accomplishment, was starting a fishing club when I was in middle school when I was 15 years old. And it's still in existence, and they just won the Junior Bassmaster Championship.
Man, is it an age group thing? It's a high school?
They were in 8th grade. It's the last year they could be in the juniors. They're going to have to move up to high school next year.
Okay.
But I started the middle school club, and a lot of the kids were frustrated when they went to high school. They couldn't continue on. And after I did well in my first classic and had a little bit of a name for myself, one of the advisors called and asked if they could name the club after me, and I said, of course you can. I'd be honored. Well, they knew what they were doing. I'm the biggest donator. But I get to go there every year and pump those kids up and tell them how great it is to live in America and how you can be anything you want to in this country. You could be an astronaut, you could be a brain surgeon, you can be president, or you can be in the Bassmasters Classic. And every one of those kids, I think, believes what I'm telling them. And those two that just won the junior championship are proof. You know, this is a great country. We're only limited by our own passion. We really are.
Wow.
You're proof of it, and you're proof of it.
Yeah, I saw that, dude, the other day when I was reading the web. It was yesterday, the day before, and I was like, this is what it's all about. It really is. As a dad, Pete, you know, if you're a father, you know that, but as a mentor wanting to grow the sport, it's the biggest gift you can give is to get new people involved in something you love. For us, it's fishing. If it's baseball, if it's whatever it is, but that ability to pass on that passion, dude, that's priceless, dude.
And that's
priceless.
That's the other thing I tell them. If fishing isn't the thing that yanks your chain, find something else. You know, I don't care if it's tiddlywinks or yo-yos.
It could be something that whatever it is.
You could be the world champion yo-yo guy. I don't care what it is.
You can win $3 million at Fortnite.
You can. I think there's more money in gaming now than professional fishing, so go for it. Yeah, absolutely.
If you follow your passion, life could never go on long enough. You know, I wish I could live 100 more years.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Charlie, again, I want to thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for my birthday.
Happy birthday. You're welcome, dude. You make this event very special, and I wish you guys luck tomorrow. You got a good draw. Did you get to meet your guys yet?
Yep, and I was out there today and got some bites.
Oh, wow. Well,
on that worm.
But where's
That
my
old ribbon-tail
where's
worm?
the secret lure?
Oh, Pete, where's the secret lure you're supposed to put in there?
I'll have it for you in the morning.
Thank you.
There you have it. Charlie Hartley, everybody.
Thank you, Charlie.
Excited to see Charlie weigh tomorrow. I know we're going for a big bag.
Taking his piece of cake.
Yeah, taking
Way to
cake.
go.
Thank you, man. Happy birthday. Let me remind everybody you're watching Ike Live. This is a very special remote live episode of Ike Live, and we're here talking to some of the participants here tonight, and it's awesome. We've heard from Charlie Hartley, and we've heard from JT Kenney. We had Dave Mansue. Man, a lot of excitement here, Pete. A lot of excitement. For a tough fishery, just a lot of excitement.
Well, it's about the camaraderie. It's about the cause.
Yeah.
And it's really awesome to be here.
Yeah.
And it's, what's interesting to me is JT's commentary about running into guys having a bad day.
Yeah.
I don't think Charlie's ever had one of those.
He's never had a bad day. He's always happy. He's always smiling.
Can't wait to get there.
He's got the cleanest boat on tour. These are all facts.
It is facts. But I'm gonna take off to get prepared for the tournament.
Well, Pete, I wish you luck. I have a good feeling. You've got a great partner with Robbie Soli. So I wish you guys luck. I hope that this is the year. You've been close before.
I know.
I hope this is the year for you.
This is the good one. It's so hard out there right now.
It's tough. You like the tough tournaments.
Yeah, this is the one to break through.
All right, there you have Pete Glosick, everybody. I want you to watch live tomorrow as we weigh in. Pete's going to have a giant bag, hopefully, tomorrow. We're going to swap roles right now, and I've got two, not one, but two very special guests joining me right now. Great friends of the show. I call these guys friends, and they're participating in the Ike Foundation tournament to help get more kids fishing, and you got to give them a round of applause for that. Fat Cat Newton, Gregor Gillespie joining us right now on Ike Live. Guys, sit down. Throw these headphones on. Dude, what's up? What's up? Fat Cat, give me a handshake.
Tighten these bad boys.
All right, put those phones on. Brian the Carpenter is going to give instruction, probably tell you to eat the mic. He's going to say eat the mic. Eat the mic. Of course, Fat Cat puts it on backwards. How you doing?
I'm good, Mike. How are you?
Dude, it's so good to see you. Last time I saw you, I was a speck in the audience. I didn't get great seats. I got middle of the road seats.
Yep.
But I got you. I got to watch you win.
It's awesome.
Talk about that, because we've been talking fishing for so long. But the interesting thing is competitors, athletes, the drive and the passion. I see it in you.
Yeah.
I watch all your Instagram stuff. I see how hard you work. What does it mean to win on that stage?
Man, it's such a phenomenal feeling, especially you obviously were there. You know it was in Brooklyn, and I live in Long Island.
Yeah.
What a special opportunity to begin with, to be on a card in New York. So
home,
oh
your home
God,
court.
Home crowd. It was awesome. And for you guys to make it was awesome too. That was super cool knowing you guys were there, and it was just awesome.
It's so cool to watch it. So for a lot of people watching, I know a lot of the Ike Live fans are UFC fans. I got to tell you, watching it, that's Charlie Hartley's cake, by the way, right there.
Oh, you're trained then. You
It's
can't.
good.
Yeah.
No cake for me.
Yeah. I got you.
To watch it on pay-per-view or TV is one thing, but to see it, dude, there's so much energy. It's hard to describe.
Yeah, I mean, so if you watch a fight live, if you're there in person, it's a completely different feel.
Yeah.
So I think actually watching it is harder because there's the cage and there's people in the way and all the obstacles. You kind of have to peek around. But the feel, so when you watch a guy walk out of the tunnel and you hear either the boos or the cheers, and you see how the guy's energy is before he goes in the cage, it's just a completely different experience watching it when you're there versus on TV.
Dude, it was unreal.
Yeah.
I'm glad that was, I can officially say, my first UFC fight, I got to watch you win.
Oh, I'm happy.
That's such a freaking cool thing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
All right. While you're here, I got to tell you, so I follow your social media feed. Fat Cat, his training, his workouts, they're so unorthodox. That's the best way I can describe it. So, my wife loves it. She's got a routine, and what she does is pretty standard, and she gets me in there once in a while, whatever. But, dude, who comes up with the cockamamie, the shit I'm watching you do?
What is he doing, though? Tell me what he's doing. Is he, hitting, slabs of beef?
The thing that interests me is the circuits.
Yeah.
They're like circuits where it's jumping, it's lifting, it's running, it's all these different
You
movements.
lost me right there.
So, like, the stuff you're referring to is the ones we put on Instagram are, like, the most abstract and obscure ones. Obviously, we do a lot of routine stuff, too.
Yeah.
My strength coach, you give him a follow, anyone out there, at Vinny Uzi. He's the...
Vinny Uzi, at Vinny Uzi.
He's the madman and the scientist behind all those insane circuits. So we try to find the most interesting one from that day to post. Obviously, you know, it's a minute video. So it was an hour workout. So we picked the best minute. And we practice it a few times and we put it up, right? So one of the ones that you were speaking of would be like the 3-foot box jump, right? I'll do like a 70-pound ball throw over my shoulder, a burpee, and then hurdle the box jump. And then, you know, like with the sled pull, I don't know if you saw that one. We had like a couple 100 pounds on the sled, and it was attached to a weight belt where I was running with the sled behind me and then explosively pushing a circuit or a sled in front of me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but I don't come up with it. Vinny does. You got to give him credit for that.
Dude, shout out to Vinny.
Shout out to Vinny. That's serious.
Yeah.
I do a lot of the same things.
I know.
No, I'm serious. So we all know, like, guys in the MMA world and fishing world, they always come to me for like nutritional advice. I mean, prime example is Jacob Prosnick. That guy is
Jake
built.
Prosnick. If you
Where's
look at Jake,
Prosnick at?
Look at Jake.
Dude, he is agile as a dairy cow. Where is he? That guy, he's just for me. Like, we're all about taking in at least 20,000 calories a day.
20,000.
Yeah, and we burn about 500 to 600.
Right, you have to.
Yeah.
So more calories in than out.
Where's Jacob at? He's a specimen of mine.
He is a specimen.
I'm proud to. JT, what's up, bud?
That ratio is incredible. Now I gotta tell you something, Fat Cat. The highlight of my Major League Fishing year was not a tournament or a catch or a rod or reel or bait. I got to tell you this. Fat Cat stuck a Fat Cat Newton sticker on my boat, right where all my marshals and co-anglers sit, very early in the season, way back at the Bassmaster Classic. Every single person that entered my boat this year fell in love with that sticker, Fat Cat.
So, Gregor, here's the deal. I used to have a mullet.
Oh, I love the mullet.
I got a nice
too.
trucker hat. I don't know if you noticed, but I got kind of a big belly.
It's hard to tell.
All gut, no butt.
Sure. All gut,
and
no
I
butt.
happen to be posing in front of my 3-wheeler. I got a 3-wheeler.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
No big deal, but I'm posing in front of that and So only 10 stickers made in the world. Ike is lucky enough to have one.
I have one.
And it's helped him go to the next level.
It's helped me.
I'll hook you up.
I want one for my boat.
I got you.
All right,
Gregor, you got to get one. I finished in the top 12 this year in points. I won an event. I mean, I give some of the credit to that sticker.
Yeah,
definitely.
Bassmaster
It's the opposite of having a banana on your boat.
It's the opposite of having a banana. It's anti-banana. It's anti-banana. I want to look at you guys both in the eye and tell you, I've told everybody that sat here, thank you, thank you, thank you. No, seriously, listen, hear me out on this. Dude, the reason we have this participation this week, from kids to the event, to the co-anglers that sign up, to these pros, is because you guys help with this event. Thank you. Thank you for participating. Thank you, both of you.
Is this your first one?
Last year was my first one.
Kind of irritated. A little bit. Should have been involved a long time
You
ago.
are going to be involved in everyone. And by the way, for people watching right now, it said, Fat Cat, are you fishing this tournament? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm definitely not fishing. It's August. I do not fish in August.
Right. It's right.
Yeah, it is not fat man weather. It is gross out there. And at the weigh-in tomorrow, people are like, is there a food truck here? Is that gravy? No, that's me sweating. It's good. I feel bad for y'all. But the good thing is you guys are going to go out there and whack them and catch 7 pounds. We'll have 100 boats, 3 of them with a limit. So that's can't wait for that.
Now, do you have a strategy to get through? There's going to be, we got almost 50 boats. We got 45, 46 boats tomorrow. Do you have a strategy for getting through the guys that catch one 12-inch keeper?
Yeah, we're down the road, Bobby. Down the road. Yeah.
No, nothing.
Down the road, Bobby.
So you're not using Dave Mercer strategy?
No. We're going to talk. We're going to have a good time. But here's the deal. It's going to be 174 degrees tomorrow. The number one priority is fish safety.
Fish safety.
So therefore, if Bobby's got something to talk about, we'll chew the fat real quick.
Right.
But if he comes up with a 12-incher, then down the road, we ain't got time for that.
That's a good. I like it. I like it. Fish safety is important. All right, now, Gregor, I want to call you the plate on this. We talked about this before, but we're live right now.
Okay.
There's millions, if not 3 people watching right now. Somewhere in between that number. Billions to 3 people watching right now. There are a lot of UFC guys that are amazing outdoorsmen as well. You know, you've got Jim Miller.
Yep.
Just came off a win.
Clay.
You got Clay. You've got
Tito.
You got Tito. There's a lot.
Yep.
And I think it's important because I don't see those guys post a lot of fishing stuff.
Well, there's a reason for that.
I see you post a lot, whether it's saltwater, trout, bass. Talk a little bit about that, because your claim is you are the best fisherman
in MMA.
In MMA.
Yeah, that's
talk a little bit about that.
I mean, obviously, they're Tito and even Chad Mendez.
Chad Mendez,
they do a lot of saltwater fishing.
Yeah.
I think they're very well-rounded fishermen.
Right.
But I mean, their areas of fishing expertise are, I think, pretty pinpoint. But I can go out and I can fish for anything, and I'm going to be successful if I get a couple days of doing it.
Yeah.
So, I just started blue fishing in the saltwater this summer, and I had days where I was catching 30, 40 fish. So
and some gators. And some gators mixed in.
To the other guys out there.
What's that?
In your face.
In your face.
Yeah.
In your face.
But I'm a muskie fisherman by trade.
Yeah.
But and I'll tell you right now, there's zero. Anybody in any athletics is out fishing me in muskie fishing.
What size rod? What size? Are you a 9.6 telescopic?
No. And I typically use 1-piece rods. I don't like 2 pieces.
How long? What do we?
So when I was saltwater fishing this year, I was using a 1-piece St.
Muskie.
Croix. No. Okay. So muskie, I'm using an 8 to 8.5 foot Mojo muskie. Super stiff, and I have the biggest Tranks reel on there.
Biggest muskie you've
that Tranks
caught.
one?
What's the biggest muskie you've caught on that setup?
Well, last year was my personal best casting, and that was over 45.
Ooh.
So not quite a 50. 50 is
That's
like that's a big boy.
Yeah.
And he took a little chunk out of my thumb. I had to go later to the emergency room and get stitched
Nice.
up. Yeah, give it a little head shake and nick my thumb.
Wow.
But, we've caught some similar, but maybe slightly bigger fish trolling, but that's a little different.
I love that, and I can relate to that. Honestly, the multi-species thing, dude, I'm into. Fish My City last year.
Yep. Oh my God,
dude,
one of
I
my
got
favorite shows.
Dude, I got to fish for shit I never imagined.
Yeah, dude.
If it's pulling
Amazing,
back,
right?
I like it.
Me too.
Fat Cat, if it pulls back,
All
you like
about
it.
that life. Yeah, I'm the same way
If
with
it
my
pulls
women.
back.
If I grab a hold of this shit, just kidding.
No, he's
FBI, I'm kidding. Jeez.
But yeah, so I am the best fisherman in MMA.
All right, now here.
I'm the best fisherman I ever met.
It's like, you
You're
know what it
best
is? It's the decathlon of fishing. I'm that guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now,
So,
what would a win here tomorrow mean? Because
Oh
the
my
one
God.
thing, and I talk to Jim a lot. I text with Jim.
Yeah.
And Jim, he's like, yeah. Gregor says that, but he hasn't won an Ike Foundation
I know,
tournament
he
yet.
did win a few years ago.
Jim's got
didn't
one
he?
under his belt.
Okay, so I have to win
What would a
tomorrow.
win here tomorrow mean?
I mean,
would that prove it?
I think it would have to be like hands down, like no questions asked.
I think
right?
it would.
Yeah,
I think it would.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
aiming for a win tomorrow, man.
All right.
What is it going to take to win tomorrow?
All right, we've asked
If you
that.
want to win, I want to know.
I don't know. I mean, last year it was a little. The fishing was a little slower.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a ton of weight for the winner.
No, I
last
think it was
year.
about 11 pounds
Yeah.
last year. And here's the interesting thing. The tides are shittier this year.
Straight
than last year.
garbage.
And we've had Charlie Hartley, we have JT Kenney, we have Pete here. They all said 10 to 10.5 pounds
Could win it.
was their guess.
Yeah.
So that's 5 2-pounders.
I mean,
it seems easy, right?
It seems very easy.
But it's the Delaware.
It's the Delaware.
It's not easy.
I learned that the hard way last year. I didn't understand until we got out and fished
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Man, what
Yeah,
an
so
interesting-
talking to Bobby and Terrence earlier, not familiar with Delaware.
Yeah.
Potomac River is where,
Okay.
it's my bread and butter. But so, like, you guys will start in the morning, and you're going to see a 72 Buick on low tide.
You will.
You're going to come back at high tide and see the antenna.
Barely see
Right?
the antenna.
Yeah.
The tide fluctuates that much
It
here.
does. 7 feet is about an average.
And, and what window of
7 foot.
time?
So 7 foot in about 6 hours.
That's
Wow.
great. That's good
Yeah.
times.
That's
6 hours.
insane.
Yeah.
That's very
crazy.
insane.
Big high, big low.
Big low.
Sounds like my life. Yeah.
Fat Cat, what do you got going on? Every time I look on the web, look social media, you got something new
Yeah,
going
dude.
on.
Well, I mean, first of all, on top of being like the best fisherman I ever met, I want to make an announcement right now.
Yes.
I need some feedback.
Okay.
I am, man, I'm so popular. And like, people kept telling me how big I am. Like when I came in here, people ain't seen me before. Like, oh my God, I can't believe how big you are. Oh my God, you're so big. And like when I walk through, people are just saying fat, 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 not even saying Fat Cat. And so I've pretty much become like, I'm probably like the biggest thing in fishing. But what I'm getting
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. I've decided I'm going to start my own foundation.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fat Cat Foundation. You
So
heard it here
here's the
live.
deal. It's going to be called Fat Cats Fishing for Kids.
I like it.
But I'm going to do more of a hands-on situation.
Okay.
I've got a van, and it's got free candy on the side of it.
Wow.
Oh, here we
Dude,
go.
Dude, I'm serious.
This
though.
strategy's
I've got
been used
fishing
before
poles
by-
there, fishing lures, and I'm going to drive through neighborhoods
Right.
and tell the kids, "Yo, I got free candy. Get in the van, and I'm going to take them fishing."
Trick 'em into
Wow.
Yeah, dude, Fat Cat Fishing for Kids.
Is this legal, Riz? Is it the what's the
Shady
legality
tactics,
of
but
this?
you're getting them fishing.
Hey, the main point
right.
is getting these kids fishing, getting them off the Xbox, getting
Right.
them off the tackle box,
Right.
getting them off the lily pads. No, getting them off the iPads, putting them on lily pads.
On the lily pads. Right.
Yeah, but Fat Cats Fishing for Kids. There'll be a van coming to your neighborhood soon, picking your kids up,
Fan coming to you.
taking your kids fishing.
You'll hear it coming too because you're playing music, correct? Like
Yeah,
Mr. Softy.
Whatever it was. No, we got it going on, man. Fat Cat Fishing for Kids coming soon,
Love it.
and I'm kind of excited about it.
That's awesome.
Me too.
All right, Gregor, you don't have a van coming. You don't have anything like
No,
that.
I actually do. I drive a minivan.
You do?
You know what's funny is I was getting my hair cut. This is a great story. I was getting my hair cut by my boy Danny a couple weeks ago, and he helps out with like the youth, right? He lets them sweep the floors and he gives them free haircuts or whatever. They do a little
Yeah.
bit of shop work for free haircuts for a
Right.
few bucks, right?
Yeah.
So these kids come in. It was right when school was getting out. I was getting my hair done. I was looking good, and the one kid, was looking at my ears. He said, "What are you, a fighter?" I said, "Yeah." So Danny starts bragging about me. He's undefeated. He's in the UFC, etc. He said, so he says, well, I see the kid looking out the window, right? He's like, "No, you're not." I said, "What do you mean?" "Of course I am." Right?
Yeah.
He's like, "Nah, there's no like sick car out there, right?"
Right.
And I was like, "You see
he's
that?"
looking for a Corvette
right,
or
right.
a Rolls
like,
Royce.
Of course,
or,
a Viper or something.
Yeah.
He looks out there and it's, that maroon minivan over there, that 2005 with rust on it.
Yeah.
That's me. So I drive it literally 2000.
I like it.
Yeah, that's what I drive. Well, the biggest thing is this, and I'm being dead serious when I say this.
Yeah.
I can fit all my workout gear and all my one-piece rods in it. So, I mean,
It holds your equipment.
my fishing equipment and also my bicycle. If I'm going for a ride, I have a bike that I don't have to take the wheel off. I
Right.
just put it in the back. So
I
it's
like
very,
it.
Yeah,
Dude,
I love
why
it.
don't
like
we
it.
team up and we paint free candy on the side of your van?
That would say that save you a little money
Yeah.
on purchasing the
Yeah.
van. We can use Gregor's van.
I mean-
Good for exposure.
I'm in.
I've got 32,000 followers on Instagram. I mean, I can hook you up.
Good gig.
All right, there you have it. All right, we first heard the partnership of Fat Cat and Gregor live here.
Fishing for kids,
this week.
guys.
Sir.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, a lot of our fans are also MMA, UFC fans. What do we got? What do we got in the horizon?
So
What are we
right
looking
now
at?
we're kind of in a waiting period. I want a top 10 opponent, and we're
Yeah.
kind of waiting for that opportunity.
Yeah.
As you know, I don't talk trash and I don't call people out, so I don't know if that's hurting my chances of getting the fight that I want. But
Right.
we're looking for. If I had a perfect world,
Yep.
and I got everything I wanted, I'd have a top 10 opponent on the November MSG card.
Yep.
So close enough for you to come again.
Okay.
It'd be amazing.
I like it.
That's fingers crossed what
So
we get.
keeping fingers crossed right there. Top 10 opponent, November card for Gregor.
That's what we want.
We want it to happen. I want to come back
Yes.
for my second UFC fight. I want to be here with
That'd
Gregor.
be cool. 100% of the fights you've been to have been ones I
Wouldn't that be
participated in.
awesome?
It'd be amazing.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Now, it's a funny thing is
Why don't you, like,
we were going to go to Jim's fight
Yep.
last week, and it did. Something happened. It didn't work
Is it
out.
Newark?
It was in Newark.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Brian was down at up. You were with your son, and something came up with
Yeah.
Beck, and we didn't make it. So I don't know what that means, but I think karma
I think that
is
means you gotta-
leaning
Yeah.
for me to go that November fight with
I
you.
think that's what Karma's saying.
I like it.
Yeah.
I
I'm
like
thinking about entering that.
it. You should.
Keyword is thinking. I'm just waiting.
Well, Brian the Carpenter has a.
265 is the weight class you have to make.
Perfect.
Well,
I'm
here's
in
the
there.
deal.
I got that.
Brian, you got a connection with Dana
You
through
got-
Ed Bassmaster.
Bassmaster.
So hook us
Yeah,
up.
me, Dana, Ed, we all. You kidding me?
Is Ed coming this year?
I don't know if Ed's coming. Is Ed coming tomorrow? See, the thing about Ed is a lot of times he'll sneak us. Like he may show up tomorrow as Skippy or
I like the psh guy.
he might be. I don't know. I don't know. Is Ed coming tomorrow? Who knows?
Oh, he's got the shirt on and everything.
That's
That's amazing.
Ed might make a cameo.
What a character.
tomorrow. I'm not sure. Brian the Carpenter, you have any predictions for tomorrow? Any predictions? for tomorrow? You're
Got any
fishing the
predictions
event.
for tomorrow?
Any predictions?
Oh,
Okay, Brian. We got Brian the Carpenter here.
Weight prediction for tomorrow?
Weight predictions for tomorrow. You're fishing the event.
I am.
You got Rizzo in the boat with you.
I do.
Okay. Weight predictions for tomorrow.
I'm still thinking somebody's going to catch 12 pounds.
Wow.
Okay.
I know it's high.
High
I still
weight
think somebody will catch
prediction.
12.
Wow.
But
Okay.
it could
All
be
right.
8, 9, 10 pound
That
derby.
wins it.
All right.
huh? Okay.
I'm going to call you the plate and give Gregor one bait that he has to have tied on tomorrow. He's going to have several baits tied on. Give him one that he has
Gregor,
to
who
have
you fishing
tied
with?
on.
Eddie Cowan?
Yep.
Wow.
Where's
by
Eddie
the way,
fishing?
By the way, is Ed Council here? He's probably not here, but I do want to, dude. You know
I didn't until I.
So he is. Give me a UFC analogy with Eddie Cowan, Bri.
With Eddie Cowan?
Yeah, and an old staple, a guy that was there in the very beginning, that won it all and sort of created a path, created new techniques and
that
moves.
big, huh?
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, before punching was punching, Eddie was doing it.
Yeah.
Before people sight fished, before Guido and Shaw sight fished, he was doing it.
Seriously.
Dude, that's the kind of guy
Good,
you
I got
do.
a great partner, huh?
You got a great partner. I'm not kidding you. You're going to have
Talk
an
about
awesome
fat
time
This
with him.
win tomorrow is looking even better now.
Give Gregor one bait for tomorrow.
One bait for tomorrow?
Yep.
It's got to be a shaky head. It's
Shaky
got to
head.
be a finesse.
Shaky head?
Yeah.
Okay. Finesse, spinning rod, shaky
Something-
head. You want to give him a
something
color
small.
and a weight to the lure?
1/8 ounce, blue black.
Okay.
Or purple.
1/8 ounce, blue, black,
shaky
purple.
head.
Black
Okay.
grape, something like that.
Black grape.
Looks
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
There you have it. Shaky head.
Perfect.
All right, now give Fat Cat one bit of advice for his work tomorrow as MC of the Ike Foundation event. Give Fat Cat one bit of advice that he needs to know tomorrow for weighing in these
You
guys.
can't insult us up here. You can't. I ain't got no feelings. That's awesome. We ain't got no feelings.
Oh. Ooh. All right, give it back to Fat Cat. All right.
Yeah, 'cause I'm not sure. Did he say I can't insult
That's what
somebody?
he said.
I think he said you can't.
I can or can't?
Cannot.
I can. It's New
Can but
Jersey.
can't.
You're
It's
telling me I
New
can't insult
Jersey.
anybody? What are you talking about?
He didn't say insult. He said
Like the
assault.
first time I called
Everybody
in,
up
I
here is a
told you,
dick. He can't be a
the
dick.
only good thing to ever leave New Jersey was an empty bus. That's what my dad always said. But
That's great.
my dad's dead, so yeah. But we'll have fun. We'll have fun. I'm not gonna hurt nobody's feelings, man. We'll have a good time. If they want something, they knuck a few bucks, Slim. I got Gregor right here. I will be behind that. What?
I told you what I don't fight. I
Yeah.
told
You
this.
don't have to, but
right.
listen. If you're in between me and them, that's on you.
Oh boy. I said I only fight for money.
Look at that. Look
Right.
See that leg
Exactly.
work? Look at his
If you're
leg
good
work.
at something, you don't do it free.
Look at that.
That's right. I'd agree
leg
with
sweeps.
that.
Leg sweep.
And I do love these
Right
shoes.
sweep.
Leg sweep.
I was looking
leg
at those
sweep.
before. How
Fat
awesome
Cat,
are those?
Put up a shoe for us real quick. Put it a
cool
little
are
higher.
those?
So he's look at that. Look at that. Jeff, can we zoom in on that? They're actual crabs.
Actual crabs.
They're actual crabs on the
So,
shoe. And they're
you know-
and they're Under Armour.
And they're Under Armour.
Those
Wow.
are Under Armour?
They're
Yeah,
Under
these are
Armour.
Under Armour.
Are those custom?
That's insane.
These are custom.
I
Wow.
I bought them on their website because they were on clearance. I bought them on their custom clearance
Wow.
website. Yeah.
Wow.
There you have it.
Size 14, just to remind you
Holy
guys.
smokes.
There you go.
What's going on
all
over
the,
here?
All the Under Armour pros out there. Who are we talking about? Under Armour fishing pros. The Johnston
Are there
brothers.
any left?
Justin Lucas. The Rock. You have nothing on Fat Cat.
Yeah, the Rock. The Rock can suck it. You want some of this Dwayne? Right there, bud. You want to work it? Come do some
Wow.
pull-ups on that.
Dude, we got a lot of things.
Yeah.
We had a lot of announcements here
Yeah,
tonight.
seriously.
This is big. You know he watches this show.
I'll come
He
off
has
the
to.
top rope on Dwayne's dome, son. Y'all don't even know what y'all talking about.
All right,
He already knows.
I can tell you right now, everybody, listen, watch live tomorrow. This is going to be amazing. Not only are we going to get to watch Gregor potentially win and officially become the best fighter and fisherman in MMA, but we're going to get to see Fat Cat Newton, first time MC for this event. I have a feeling it's going to be the all-time event. We're going to want you back every year after
listen,
this.
man, if you guys are out and about, if you guys are watching this right now, and you're on the fence of whether to come out or not, you don't know what to do tomorrow,
It's only going to be 114 degrees tomorrow. But with that being said, if you want to come outside, come to the event. We got a family day. We got all kinds of things lined up for the children and everybody
Kids
else.
Event.
Am I right?
Family-friendly event. Come out. Get
Please
to meet.
come
out. Get to meet Gregor. Get to meet Fat Cat. Get their autograph. Say hello to them. It's going to be a great day.
Don't hesitate. Any of these dudes here, approach them. Ask for an autograph.
Yeah, for sure.
They love it. We love it. We love you. We want you to come out and enjoy yourself. And
it's going to be a great time.
Don't talk to me, though, because I don't want to do it.
Family Fun Fest, Camden Waterfront, 11 to 2. You're going to get to see these guys, get to see Gregor weigh in, and, of course, Fat Cat be the MC of the event. Guys, thank you, guys. Thank you. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. I'm excited. I wish you luck, Gregor.
Thanks for having us, too.
I wish you luck being the
luck.
MC of the Ike Foundation event. It's a lot of pressure.
We'll have a good time.
Okay.
It's really a lot of pressure.
All right. There you have it.
Good. Okay.
Tune in live tomorrow. You're going to get to see these guys weigh in. It's going to be a great event. Riz, I want to remind everybody. I do want to send this. Yeah, you guys are good. I want to send this last message out to everybody. I know this is the last segment, but I want to remind everybody, if you're bored tomorrow, if you've got kids, you want to have fun, come on out, 11 to 2, Family Fun Fest, right there at the Camden Waterfront. Also, if you're a boater, if you have a bass boat and you're saying, you know what, I want a chance to win a fully rigged Bass Cat with a Yamaha, I want a chance to compete against these guys, you can register right at the Gloucester City Marina tomorrow. Registration and launching starts at 4:30 a.m. at the Gloucester City Marina. That's early. And on that note of 4:30 a.m., I've got two guys joining me right now that are competitors tomorrow, pros fishing out here nationally, and they're going to be up at maybe not 4:30, but they're going to be up pretty early to fish this event. Joining us now right here on Ike Live, the one and only Chris Groh, and of course Bud Cipoletti joining us here. Hi guys.
Hi Mike.
How are you doing? What's going on?
Just enjoying a few Founders ales here.
I love it, Bud. How you doing?
Having a great old time.
It's good to see you guys. It's good to see you.
Likewise.
I said this to everybody that sat on the couch. I want to start with this. I want to look you right in the eye and tell you that thank you for helping with this event. Bud, thank you. It was last minute with you. Chris, this is year 2.
I'm down. I'm down for next year already.
Dude, I want to thank you guys. The reason we get the participation at this event, whether it's kayak guys, other pros, normal Joes fishing, or the kids coming, is because you guys fish it. So thank you. Thank you for helping with this event. It's really, 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 really special.
Appreciate the invite.
It's really special. All right, Chris, I want to start with you.
Okay.
Tell me about this season so far. This was a big year for you, elite year, and all of a sudden, dude, you went from having a regular, slow, normal start. Dude, every time I look now,
don't know about that. It was a little bit of it would be a little bit shitty start.
I would say it's a normal start, but something happened, and every time I look now, you're smashing them.
Well, we're gonna try. Let's not go with smashing them. Let's talk about the next 3 as smashing them.
Okay.
Or next 4.
All right.
Because I mean, here we are basically in the second half of the season.
Second half.
And I mean, better late than never. Let's wait till the Northeast swing. But I'm really, really excited about the next 4 events.
That's awesome. Is there something? Can you pinpoint it though? Because when I look at my career, dude, my career is like this. I have a couple good years. I have a couple fucked years. I have a couple good years. Dude, my whole career is like that. I've never been like that, like Aaron or Skeet or those guys.
Me
or Kevin.
neither. I need to get there.
Is there something that triggered? Because you were sort of there and then all of a sudden shot up. Is there something that triggered it? Can you pinpoint it to something?
I think I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with it's nothing to do with competitors. Nothing. I'm getting comfortable in my ability to make decisions a little bit.
Decision making on the water.
But the problem that I'm facing is the fact that my decision making is great, but I'm on this curse of not filling a limit, and it's just killing me. And,
right.
And from here on out, we're going to fill the limit, but we're going to fill them with big bass, and we're classic bound is the whole deal.
I love it.
I want all them rats to show up there in Guntersville and cheer.
I love it.
We want a bunch of chain rats there.
I love it. I would love to see that.
Oh, me too.
I love to see it. The Classic for me is interesting because I'm going to be there this year at the Classic, but I'll be a spectator.
And that's your favorite spot.
Dude,
you love that spot.
Dude, I got my emotions are so mixed about not being at the Classic competing. It'd be the first one I missed in a really long time.
Yeah.
So half of me is mad and sad and disappointed and depressed. But the other half of me, I'm actually really excited because I'm going to get to help with Ike Live and Bass University, and I'm going to get to cheer you guys on as an unbiased fan. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I 100%.
When I'm in all those years I'm competing, you guys were competing with me. I'm rooting for you, but I'm seriously you got to be a killer. This year I get to say, dude, go Chris, smack, I'm excited about that.
And what's good is the fact that you are there. If one of your buddies here are up in the top, we can actually go to you for a little bit of mental calming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause you've been there, done that.
Absolutely.
So, that's
and
nice.
Please let me know. Bud, talk to me a little bit about, I want you to talk about the Opens and the level of competition at the Opens. And Chris, chime in on this too. We get it all the time. We've talked about it before on Ike Live. We get it through social media. The jury always seems like it leans toward, well, the Opens are just the Opens. It's a AAA league. It's a semi-pro league. The competition's not stiff there.
Yeah.
Dude, tell me the reality of the Opens, whether it's the Northerns, the Centrals.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've been fishing them my whole career since I graduated college. One goal, qualify for the elites through the Opens. So I've gotten a really good feel for what goes on. And actually, I know guys that say the Opens are the hardest tournaments out there.
I'd agree with
Here's
that.
why.
Yep.
Because you've got established elite guys, you know, guys in your class, right? Guys that have had career-long accomplishments. Then you have a stack of guys that are like me, that are just hardcore trying to be like
hungry.
you guys. Hungry guys that live it, like hardcore guys
trying
on the
to
road,
qualify for the
no matter
elites.
what, borrowed money, like sleeping in the truck.
At it, yeah.
Those guys. Then you have the super locals that come in and jackpot them.
Especially the last 2 or 3 events.
I know one of them. I know one of those guys that slid right in.
One of those.
So,
I know a guy who slid right into one of them.
You're not fishing against a neutralized field of kind of like a spread of guys going to a place. It's you're fishing against specialists, wolves, and like legends. So that's how I could break down the Opens.
Chime in on that, Chris, because you fish both levels, and now you're an elite guy, but you also fish the Opens.
100%
Do you agree with what Bud said?
It's unbelievable. Just coming off the Mississippi River one.
Yeah.
I mean, and seeing local domination is huge there.
Yeah.
But it's the same exact thing, and I love how Buddy put it. Is you have those wolves, and then you have them jackpotters. You got the dude that fishes every club tournament in his body of water, and then all of a sudden goes, I'm dropping 1,500, and I'm going to whoop all these guys'
he fishes there 3 to 7 times a week.
I had the bitter end of that last year when I came in second at Champlain. I was at the bitter end of one of those situations.
But the Opens, they're huge credit for them. I mean, it's stout competition, dude.
Yeah, it's great.
All right, I want to change topics, and I want to corner you on it first, Bud, and I want to get to you, Chris, about this. Another thing people talk all the time about is practice, a long practice period where a guy goes 3 to 7 days, kills himself dark to dark, learns everything about a fishery to prepare for an event, versus just showing up. Just showing up and fishing off the cuff. And the reason I bring that up is a little birdie told me that you've got one coming up that's on a pretty much home fishery for you, and you're not going to practice. You're not going to put in a mega practice. You're going to fish off the cuff, clean, natural. Talk to me a little bit about that, because people all the time say, what's the right decision?
Well, for me, it was a turning point in my career when I went from an Opens guy who finished in the standings from 60s to 80s every year. I couldn't get to that next level. And I hit a point where I said, it's basically the race back to simplicity, the race back to instinct. And like
fishing fishing naturally.
Yeah, you show up on the first day of practice, place you've never been, like for me at Chickamauga this year, and you go out just blind, just fishing the moment, and you have one of your best days, and you wind up fishing your derby on the first 3 waypoints you stopped on when you first got there.
Right.
A lot of the times. Why is that? Because you're fishing clean, you're fishing fluid.
Yeah.
You're letting the day, the weather dictate what you do and
letting it happen by itself. Letting it happen by itself.
Letting it happen by itself. Letting it manifest, and just putting yourself in the right positions, in the right places, the right time.
Right.
So I want to do the same thing on Oneida, because this is a place I have 15 years of experience on.
Yeah,
I love my spots.
There's not very many places you don't know on Oneida.
Right.
As you drive
and
down
I don't want too many. So I'll put in a couple days practice and try to find all new water while keeping my history not prominent, but in the back of my mind for what the day is doing. I know that they're going to be, if it's slick, calm, and sunny, I know I can go here.
Right.
And they should be there. If
Right.
not, if it's windy, I love the grass, and I'll be tucked up in. It's not something I have to practice.
Yeah.
I just know that I'm going to go in there and catch them when it's like
Fish
that.
the moment, fish fluidly, let the fish tell you, let the
Yeah.
fish dictate what you do.
Super important.
Chris, chime in on this.
No.
Where are you at on this? Because it's always a fight. It's always a fight between.
First, I'm going to say I give him 100% credit for doing that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That just shows that he is moving out of the 50s and 60s. You know what I'm saying? That he's, not just because it's his home body of water. Buddy's a good enough angler where he's going to start doing that more often, and it's going to show in his opens. And to me, now that I've been in the elite for 2 years now, it's exactly what I think that I need to do more. Is I need to fish the moment more because my skills are good enough. I found myself fishing practice and stuff like that. So that's my my chime in is to give him props for doing that and to say I agree completely because I think that I should fish the moment more.
Yeah, and it's something you have to constantly remind yourself of too. Like I came off a really bad open at the James. I was in a really good position to complete my goals for the year coming in, but I got locked into stagnancy. I got locked into, they should be here. I didn't have the confidence to run when I should have. I didn't listen to that inner voice.
Right.
So it's not something you just click and you're
You
able
just
to fish
said it
that
though.
way.
That inner voice is huge.
Yeah.
That inner voice is huge.
You got to tune into that voice.
You
That's
have
the
to.
whole
You
key.
have to. I wish I would have did that at Mississippi River.
We wish most of the time.
Yeah.
And then for the times that it lines up like you, it's like can't do any wrong.
I mean, I'm learning more. I mean, I'm talking to my crazy neighbor Danny Clark. He's the best, and he's hipping system, and he puts me under and stuff, and he doesn't yell at me, but he basically tells me I need to fish my decisions more.
Yeah.
Like perfect example was last week at Mississippi River. I'm boat 6 on day 2. I'm sitting in the middle of the pack, got good weight. I can cash a check. I roll to that lock first, and he tells me 2.5, 3 hours. I literally looked at my GoPro footage. As I'm turning away, I look at my co-angler and I say, yep, it's time to just go fish 8 and fish, because I know 8 well. I said it out loud.
Yeah.
I didn't do it, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
So it brings up a good point, though. How do anglers watching, guys watching right now that are grasping what you guys are talking about, how do they get better at fishing like that, fishing free? How do they get better at it?
No substitute for time on the water.
Okay.
We all had those days where we didn't have as many responsibilities and we spent every day. Like for me, you learn how to drive a forklift. You want to be a good forklift driver, you got to get behind the wheel and drive.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
To be a great angler, you need to put yourself in every situation across the board, on tidal water, on reservoirs, and see a windy
Nothing
day,
replaces
a bad
experience.
day,
Nothing
times
replaces
a
the
year.
time
Exactly.
on the water. Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that 110%.
Yeah, experience.
But the one thing that the experience is going to lend to what I'm going to say, and I know you've done it, dude, we got to trust our gut more.
Right.
Like when I spun around from that lock and I said it out loud.
Yeah. That inner voice. You got to
go
trust
with
that.
You just hit it. You just said it.
Yep.
Go
you
with
got to
it.
trust it.
Why didn't I?
Yeah.
Instead, I went into a little pocket right by the lock, fished for 2 hours, shook off, broke off a bunch of pike and did a bunch of dumb stuff and said, I'm going to go through and I got 3 hours to fish. Sure, I had a great hole on the other side on 7.
Yeah.
I would have been a hero if I caught 14 pounds.
Right.
But that inner voice didn't let me speak out loud like that for no reason. So.
Right.
And the key really is developing that inner voice. Not just, you can't just be like, I got to listen to my inner voice and go out there and just, chuck a spook because that's what you think. It's like, you need raw time on the water.
I hear
you.
You
need raw time in the water for that inner voice to
I'm
actually
digging
turn
in for
into
this
something that
jitter.
you can trust.
Right.
But it's just straight time on the water.
Yeah.
Just be a lifer and you'll get what you want.
Yeah. There you have it. Great advice from these guys. Let me, right now, I want to bring up this amazing Ike Live gift bag. And you know this bag. It is loaded with all the Ike Live sponsors. I'll peek in here and I see Tackle Warehouse, Mystery Tackle Box, Liquid Mayhem. I see Primal Urge Foods. I see
Straight
Real
milk.
Snot. I see everything in here. TH Marine, G-Juice in here. We're going to be giving away this amazing prize bag to the winner. And here goes the question. And Riz just showed it to me on a piece of paper. We want you to chime in right now. Chime in on the instant messaging, or go ahead and chime in on the Ike Live social feeds at Ike Live Show, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you guess the winning weight tomorrow on the Delaware River, you will win this prize bag, okay? Guess the winning weight exactly, or the closest one, and you will win this bag. Guys, let me corner you on this real quick. Start with you, Chris. What is going to win Delaware River tomorrow? You got a little experience out here. What weight? Give me an idea of what you think is going to win.
What I feel, I mean, we were on some shit tide.
Yeah.
I mean,
shit tide this week.
I mean, I'm being straight. I think the guy that gets in the, and I mean, this ain't going to be a mega bag, but I think 1083.
1083. So 10 and 3/4 pounds.
Yeah, 1083 is going to be the magic number.
Okay, 1083. Bud, give me a guess.
Not a clue. Not a clue.
Not a clue.
I'm going to go out, try to catch me a limit.
So tomorrow you're going to use what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Fish in the moment.
Never been here. First time in my life.
You're gonna get in an area that has fish.
I did some strict map study.
Okay.
I laid it out. I broke the river down into quadrants.
Yes.
And attack quadrant 4 tomorrow. That's all.
Wow, Rick Clunn. Rick Clunn style. Gone down here. Rick Clunn style. I like it.
Dude, I just got nervous.
No, I just made that all
Like,
up.
I
didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Quadrants.
I went
by
on
Bud Cipoletti, folks. Quadrants.
I did a little satellite study, and that's it.
I like it. All right, Chris, I want to corner you to something next. Is I follow your social feed. I follow all you guys' social feeds. I love it. You do a great job. Both you do a great job. Chris, I see you fishing jackpot tournaments at home all the time, and I smile because Riz and Brian the Carpenter and Eric the Intern, we all fish Thursday nighters. We all fish winter leagues. I see you doing it at home all the time. Ain't that shit the best, dude?
Dude, it's a fucking
Dude, you get to go home.
Dude, I love all the rats, and we have a good time.
Isn't it great?
Yeah. We just got a weird deal, though, at home. We got and I was talking about this earlier. It just cracks me up, there's always politics in fishing.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Like, we have a...
there's fucking politics in my son's 8, and he's got politics in his league,
It's
so I know.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you got a Wednesday nighter, right? We have one, which is Blarney's Bassmasters.
Yeah.
Which is out of the north part of the lake.
Barney's Bassmasters.
Blarney's
Bassmasters. Blarney's. Shout out to Blarney's Bassmasters.
Oh, you know it. You know. Yeah.
Blarney.
So what happens is, like, I mean, they pull 25 to 30 boats on a Wednesday nighter.
Yeah.
Then you go to the southern end of the lake. There's another Wednesday night division that pulls like 10 boats. It's like, why don't you guys unite and we have 40 boat derby?
Yeah, move one to Thursday, move one to Tuesday. Just
no, unite, you idiots. You guys are
unite.
Idiots.
Or unite.
Come on.
But I love Wednesday nighters, and what I try to do when I get home is, other than fishing with my boy Creighton Delgado, I try to bounce around with a bunch of, the young bucks and the young hammers.
Yeah.
Can't fish with my team partner anymore. He's too good for me. So,
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. I don't even know his name anymore.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Got too big for
you.
you.
Unbelievable.
Jeez,
Start fishing with Dave Linton. That's how it goes.
Oh, man. Wow. Now grew his britches.
No, unbelievable. No, but I still love him. But no, coming home to that is what, is because it's not about the derby. It's about afterwards having a couple beers and bullshit with the boys. I don't get to see him as much.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Now, at home, when we fish, I see it all the time. So I'll post that, we fished a Thursday night or we fished a winter league, and I see the comments. And a lot of the comments come through and they say, man, aren't those dudes pissed off that you're there?
Why would they be?
Dude, and I got to tell you, I want to ask you, because I can tell you on my side, dude, Riz and Eric and them guys have beat me more than local guys, and they love it. There's no animosity. They love when I show up. I hardly ever win.
It's a micro open.
Yeah, it's a micro open.
It's just 12
come home
boats.
for the first one.
Are they ever
I
mad?
fish
They're
with
never
my
mad,
brother-in-law.
right?
I win it.
Yeah.
The rest of them I don't weigh in a limit. So who cares?
Right. It doesn't matter.
I don't give a shit.
And they don't care.
And I break all the rules. I drink beer all day long when I'm fishing.
That definitely sounds like a Thursday nighter at home. Definitely.
Don't tell anyone.
Definitely sounds. All right, now, Bud, I want to throw it to you on this one. And I talk to Eric about this all the time. And I want to do it live because I want to flush this out. This is how important this is to me.
Let's flush it.
I want to flush this out.
Straight flush.
Dude, I'm a huge fan of not just your fishing side, your fishing work, but your cinematography, your film.
Thank you, bro.
I'm a huge fan. I got to work with you one time.
Yeah,
hopefully work with you again.
Which was awesome.
He is
the man.
Something special about what you do.
That's insane.
It's beautiful. It's like an art. It's like a movie. But here's what me and Eric have talked about all the time, and I want to ask you why this is.
Yeah.
There's something about your style of filmmaking that if you're a fly fisherman or a saltwater guy or any other genre in fishing, you see it and you're like, oh. But in bass fishing, people don't always relate to it.
That's
it's
the struggle.
such the weirdest thing. Like your style of filmmaking on YouTube doesn't do good.
Doesn't do good.
Like you look at the guys that are, have 1 billion followers.
Yeah.
Their stuff is shit.
It's the anti-me.
Dude, I'm just saying. I'm not calling out any names.
I know.
I'm just saying the content is shit.
Thank you.
Why is that? Why do bass guys specifically have a hard time grasping that style?
I don't know.
I think it's our age.
And we talk about it. We can't understand it. We can't grasp it.
But it makes sense because all three of us are very close to the same age.
Yeah.
I think it's that.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to knock on E and any of the younger guys.
I think it's gone to it's gone to quantity over quality.
Right.
And for me, I got to a point where I was frustrated by this.
Yeah.
By the fact that I was putting, 8 hours into a 30-second edit, and these guys were banging out a 20-minute episode, and it was just rough and raw. And I was like, what's going on? I'm putting all this hard work into it. So here's the point where I got to. I can't let my art be judged by the like machine.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
And it's easy to do that.
At the end of the day,
it's easy
I have
to happen.
make art that, like me and my subject being you, or even Chris,
100%.
we worked together. I want, at the end of the day, I want you guys to get what you want and envisioned, and I want it to be more vibey.
But that's the thing, with working with him,
hard hitting.
Is what's good about Buddy is there isn't many questions on like, hey dude, what do you think of this?
Yeah.
There isn't any of that working with him because he's very good at picking up on what you want and the realism of the situation.
Yeah. I love that. And I saw that when we worked together. We got to work together in Brooklyn on a really cool shoot.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
There was no script.
Yep.
There was no.
That's the best of them.
There was no makeup guy. There was no lighting guy. There was no director, producer. It was just this really cool.
Only when
let
Seth
it happen
comes. Me,
vision.
Eric, kayaks.
Yeah, Eric was the director and producer. No, actually, he was just the
director
AE.
of photography. Yeah.
He was the gopher, but
it was great.
He'd do great in porn, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Oh, Eric would do great in porn.
Yeah.
Definitely. That quaff. Hell yeah.
Leaning over.
Oh, hell yeah.
I wish you could.
You would do great in porn, man.
Don't wear sweats, Eric.
But I really appreciate that. Like, coming from you, that's like that's a huge timeline moment in my personal.
It's very beautiful. Now, I do have to ask you one other thing, and because people watching would kill me if I didn't ask this. And I've asked this, I think, before of Eric, but I don't know if I ever asked you in person.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people that love your work, love what you're doing. They say, what is featherwick? Featherwick.
Oh man, it's the hardest question.
I know it is, but dude, if I didn't ask this, the viewers of Ike Live would kill me.
I know.
What is featherwick?
There's no way to answer it.
You got to give me something because there's people watching right now.
It's an ever-evolving, like, phantom behind the scenes of the fishing industry that's poised to like make a very large impact in some way, prominently during my lifespan and forward.
That's a great explanation.
That's the best I could do because I don't want it to be labeled anything because I want it to evolve with, like, Featherwick's weird because we, like me, Eric, you, like everybody who works with us becomes part of like a family, you know what I mean? And that inner network is going to just ensure the next wave, dude. Honestly, like the Ike Foundation and stuff, it's all about finding, Featherwick really is a great system for finding proteges. Right, so like he was talking about a guy that we have named Nick Hatfield. He got to stay with.
Great dude.
Great example. Alec Morrison, my practice partner, who's on the co-angler side.
Naturalism is the key.
We want to bring up that next hardcore, like polished
the next
fisherman.
fish head, the next one of us, the next fish head, the next
there's a lot
generation.
But we also want it to be like skate surf influence.
Yeah,
you know?
Right.
And tunes. He's got such a good playlist on what he's got.
Yeah.
You know.
I'd agree.
You know what I mean? I mean that's huge. You know.
Yeah.
Especially for us old turds.
Yeah.
We like older stuff.
I like it. I agree. All right, Chris, to you now. I know I'm getting waved off. I don't know if there's another person coming on, but I got to keep asking it. So you've got 3 left on the elites. 4 left. We got.
We're making AOI championship.
Okay, AOI.
That's the way I talk.
The 3 regular season events are Thousand Islands.
Yep.
Cayuga.
And then this amazing
the
place
makeup.
called Fort Gibson. You ever
Fort
been there?
Gibson makeup. So are you actually going to have
there
that
last
event?
week.
You're going to have it.
Yeah.
The water's
yeah.
back down.
Yeah, it's 94 degrees. It's great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you talked to Tommy Biffle Shorts about this tournament?
Unbelievable. He's let me borrow a pair for all 4 days.
Dude, I think
That's
if you
savage.
let your balls hang out in this event with short shorts, you have a good chance of doing really good.
Ball. Mini
Singular.
bike accident, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was chain link fence.
It was mini bike accident.
Oh.
Yeah, a little Tecumseh engine took that little thing.
Hey, you only need one.
I know.
You only need one testicle.
Hey, I'm confident with it.
Yeah, is the rest of the scrotum there, or is the scrotum smaller too?
Lanced off on the side. We're good.
That's
to
all
go.
right.
Well, no, it looks good still.
It's all right. Doesn't
Just
matter.
half wrinkled.
Yeah.
Half wrinkled.
How'd you know?
Well, if it's
That time
missing
we
a ball,
roommated it together.
it's missing a ball.
So those 3, is there one that stands out? Is there something that
The next one is going to be on fire.
It's going to be special, isn't it?
I feel it.
Yeah.
Mega
I
bags.
feel really. I mean, it's going to be mega bags, but I just after last year, I learned from my mistakes, and you know what I mean. And,
Yeah.
You know, I've got a great teammate. We've been calling plays. Me and the fighterman.
Yep. Would you ever make one single cast for a largemouth next week?
Never.
Never. Not even a single cast on purpose for a
You
largemouth.
should see the front seat of my truck right now. There's one bait caster, and it's got a spy bait on it.
Ooh.
Nice.
And it's
That's gonna be sneaky.
One
though.
bait caster. All the rest spinning.
You know it.
Wow.
It's on like donkey.
You're
Kong.
in.
Oh, I'm
You're
going,
on.
dude. What do you mean? It's
Yeah.
a 4-day derby for me.
Yeah. And you have to be. I think you have to be all in the smallmouth to
I'm
legitimately
brown
win.
in it, man. I
To
love
win.
them things. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to lose a few, but guess
Yeah.
what? We're going to get back up and do it again.
Yeah. Now, what's the situation? A lot of people watching right now know water levels record high.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to be able to get out of that pool? That
They're
going to
let us lock. They're going to have time lock.
Okay.
And to be straight with you, I mean, it doesn't seem like, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird. Like when last year they said it was low.
Yeah.
It didn't feel that low.
Right.
So like, you know what I mean? Like I mean, they've sent us a few pictures of the lock and stuff. Yes, it's high. I get it, but I don't think it's not detrimentally high.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I am definitely going the brown train the whole ride.
Yeah.
I got a game plan. You know.
Yeah.
And we're gonna just stick with it and roll with it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, practice. I ain't fishing much.
Right.
I know what I gotta do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Shout out Aquaview. I'd love you as a sponsor someday.
Aquaview. Shout out to Aquaview right there. Well, dude, I wish you luck.
Low key.
I want to see you. I want to see you in the AOY Championship. I want to see you at Gunnersville. I want to be.
I want to be pep
I
talking
want
you.
to. I want to be rooting for you.
Literally.
I want to be doing these Ike Lives at the Classic.
Coming out of the porta
saying,
potty.
Go, Chris. Go,
going,
Chris.
Yep. That time I lost my underwear. Here we go. We're at
Absolutely.
Gunnersville. Game on.
Now let me call you to plate on something. If you won the Bassmaster Classic, will you come to the Ike Live after party?
Why wouldn't I?
Will you take your shirt off and pose naked with me again like you did before?
Yeah, we got in trouble for that.
Oh!
I got my nipples pierced since then, so we're going.
Did you? Oh, we got to show that off.
No, I haven't.
Wow. That's awesome. All right. Well, I wish you the best. Bud, what do we got? You've got Oneida coming up. What else you got coming?
Yep.
People watching right now want to follow you. What else you got coming that's big?
House.
Yeah. So my house burned down. That was pretty bad. So
yes.
I'm really just focused on that.
Yep.
And I'm expecting my third child November.
Yay!
Thank
Congrats, buddy.
Do we know what we're having, boy or girl?
No, we're going to be surprised.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, Becky and I did the surprise on both of them. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's
I'm gonna
fun.
give it a shot. It's making me. I'm excited.
Now,
I'm just excited for it.
Now, do you guys are you hoping for one gender, or you're just totally like?
I got two girls, so I'm looking for my For my boy.
Looking for the penis.
No,
Yes.
he read through Carpenter's guide, the running start and all that.
Oh.
So
I
it's
follow
probably happening.
all the
Oh,
mythologies.
did Carpenter give that to you? The running start, the
All
from
the
behind.
mythologies.
Did he
Yeah.
tell you about the socks?
I hit them all.
Okay.
All the marks.
Make sure you learn about the sock thing.
I
Becky-
heard
It's
about
too
that.
late now.
Yeah, Becky-
Sock is also accompanied by facing north.
Oh, it is too late now.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe there's another one too down the road. So you'll have this.
Well,
you'll have the-
yeah.
You're scaring him now.
Well, yeah.
Dude, I tell you a quick tell. I don't think I ever told us in Ike Live, but I will tell you the story. So, I basically made girls my whole life. So, first two were girls. Becky and I's first attempt, we lost it. We lost one.
Yep,
a
same.
little bit in,
I did
and
as
that was
well.
a girl.
Yep.
And so we got pregnant again, and then we didn't find out. We played that game. It was so fun.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know.
Yeah.
And so, Becky had a C-section. So when all that shit was going down, it was sort of an emergency C-section.
Yeah.
You're focused on your wife
For sure.
as much as you're focused on what's going on down there.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking at her. I'm very focused on her face.
You're like angling.
Yeah, I'm very focused. I'm once in a while like going back there, but I'm very focused on her face,
animated
on
you
how
are.
she's
You're
doing.
getting dialed.
I love it.
And the baby comes out, and they got a little curtain there because they don't want to see you. They don't want you to look at her intestines. They literally lay
Yeah,
her shit
it's
on her
pretty
belly.
harsh, I know.
It's pretty grody. So there's a curtain there, but I'm not real. I'm looking at her, and then all of a sudden, I hear this voice, the doctor's voice. It was a man. He goes, "You have a boy." And I was like, "What the hell did he just say?" And I didn't even look yet. And the doctor's like, "You have a boy." And I'm like, and dude, I look back there, and I swear to God, he's holding up this bloody infant with the umbilical cord still attached
Yeah.
by his leg, by the infant's leg, like a plucked fucking chicken.
I don't know about that.
He's holding up Vegas. And I'm looking, and I looked, and I'm looking right at his crotch. And I'm looking,
Where
I'm
is
like,
it?
Where is that little thing?
I'm like,
Where is
holy shit, he's right. There's a penis there.
Yes. It was glorious. It was glorious.
And I honestly didn't believe that voice until I saw the penis.
You need the penile confirmation.
Right.
Before you celebrate.
You got to see that
Right.
penis. Yeah. Yeah.
Brian.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, but we wish you the best, and healthy baby is the most important thing.
Right
healthy
on.
baby.
Yep, for
coming.
sure.
That's what we want. Brian the Carpenter, how you doing? What? Is this a sign?
Is this a sign?
Brian's giving me a sign because he's got a fish tomorrow too.
I think this is a sign.
This is a sign.
I haven't tied on a bait yet.
All right. Well, I like it. I couldn't think
Night
of two.
crawlers.
Here's the thing, Brian. I couldn't think of two better guys to end this. Can I say? Riz?
Can I?
Can I say
Can I get a-
historic, record-breaking Ike Live? Because this is the first remote Ike Live we've ever done.
Aside from all the classics and
outside of
ICAST.
the classics and ICAST, that doesn't count. This is the first. That doesn't count.
Right. This is the first one from a bar.
This is the first attempt.
Yes.
I want to do that. Now that we have the technology, now that we have somebody that knows what they're
headquarters?
doing. Shout out to Jeff, someone that knows what they're actually doing.
Let's do that.
HQ. I think that's one that
That'd
we
be
have to do.
epic.
November. I like it.
October.
October. We like October because we will film. We'll tie some filming into it as well. We'll do a double-double.
Double.
A double-double.
Triple-double.
Triple-double. I like it. All right, this is a historic Ike Live. I hope you had a great time. Once again, tomorrow, 11 to 2.
Chris.
Bring the family out. If you've got kids, we're giving away
good
tackle
looking
boxes,
to you.
face painting, music, food, games, casting, high school event. Come on out, 11 to 2, Cannon Waterfront. If you're still on the fence on fishing it on the boater side, you want to try to beat Brian the Carpenter, you want to try to beat Bud and Chris, you can beat these guys. They're beatable. They're good, but they're beatable. We'll be taking entries starting at 4:30 tomorrow at Gloucester City
4:30.
Ramp if you're interested. If not, you're going to be able to watch the weigh-in live, Brian. How are they going to be able to watch the weigh-in live?
We'll be on Facebook on the Ike Foundation's Facebook page, shared by yours as
Wow.
well as ours.
Okay, so tomorrow, starting at 2, you're going to be able to watch the weigh-in live on the Ike Foundation Facebook page, also my Facebook page. I hope you had a great night. If you're fishing tomorrow, kayak division, high school, or the pro division, I hope you have great luck.
Throw a shaky head.
Throw a shaky head. 1/8 ounce purple worm. You're going to be all right. What else, Bri? Founders. Shout out the Founders
This was
tonight.
really good.
Great beer. The drinking the Centennial
Salute.
and All Day IPA.
Salute.
Hope everybody had a great time.
Thanks,
Chris,
Mike.
Bud, cheers. Thank you guys for doing this.
Heck yeah.
I appreciate it.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
Have a good night, everybody. Good night. Good night.